shithead with you guys this entire period. Uh, is there any kind of call outs or directions you guys might want to put in their mind to change maybe how cowardly they are? Maybe influence their courage or put them in a situation that might be more is beneficial to the team's aid, etc.
Only
You hear us, Roly?
encouragement to other folks.
You got it. You hearing us okay, Roly? You want to do a mic check?
Hey, nice.
Perfect.
Good to be on, guys.
Beautiful.
Sorry about that. I would say, conquer your fears. Don't worry, apprentice. As long as you're with us, we'll be able to conquer everything. Or, at the moment.
You hear Warren. He backs you in that courageous speak, and then he gives you the nudge, Roly, and then gives you the wink that he's picked up a new skill. So there's something definitely added in there for his beneficial use. With that, the apprentice goes, yeah, you guys are insane. Those are ghosts, and they already got one of you. How do I know that they're not going to get me next?
We'll protect each other. We're possessors. We can't be possessed.
I thought we were plunderers. Fine. And he just fires.
No, we were repossessors. Repossessors can never be possessed. I'll protect you.
He's like, did I get him? As you hear the ghost kind of go.
Yeah, you got him.
1 point of damage.
Ah.
Going in strong. They're like, I did it. And throw ourselves right into the fray here. We're not going to kick out the kobold. We'll actually let him take a couple aggros. You see one of the ghosts just come and rake across his shoulder as he's like strumming his instruments, like, guys, I think this is not feeling too great. And he takes 17 points of damage. Oof, that actually hurt. Wow. That's strong. He's like, maybe we could just blow them away. I like that idea. He has Bardic. I don't know if one of you guys have one yet. Does anyone remember carrying over a Bardic?
I had one, and then I used it to save myself from possession.
Beautiful. He's gonna strum his instrument, and he's gonna bonus, because the DM's cool, give Bardic to Hazel, who even, or actually, yeah. Let me see. Hold up. Where's the team at? I'll give it to Orston since he's next in line, just in case something were to go. And so, Orston, you have a D6 inspiration that you can pull to use for your saving throws and attacks, I believe, as it's done. Check this. Sure.
Hold on, I may need to write that down.
It could be.
I just roll an extra d6 for a saving throw?
Yeah, it's usually specific on what you can roll it on.
I think it's ability checks and
ability checks, attack rolls, and saving throws. So any of those three, you can choose if you feel like you're failing a roll or you roll bad to throw an extra d6 into it, because you were inspired by Ziggy. With the odds, this ghost is going to go like these and occupy the same space as Roly. You Wrath. You feel this weird kind of icy chill come into you. I don't know if you froze or you're just stretching or doing something with the cat. As you feel this icy chill come into you, and you almost feel the core of your spine stiffen just a bit as you feel this ambiance pass through you. You kind of give a shiver. Can you go ahead and give me a con save?
Okay. Does Aura of Protection also help me? Just curious.
I don't see why it wouldn't help yourself, but let's do a quick verbiage. Maybe it doesn't help you. That'd be funny. But I feel like it should. It makes sense.
Aura of Protection. While you're conscious, you grant all friendly creatures, including you,
there you go,
a +4 bonus. So nice.
Wonderful.
Oops. So 19.
All right, beautiful. Where you go? You absolutely just kind of you shake it off as it floats through you, and Ziggy uses his inspiration as an opportunity. No one else gets an opportunity because it's still within range of all of you guys. It only does 3 points of cold damage to you, sir. Wrath, as it passes through you, you just kind of stiffen out and resist that cold urge. And are you
Nice.
concentrating on something? Do you have any
Um,
spells out? Let's see what you got. Oh, is aura
spiritual
protection like
weapon is
something you have to focus on, or no? No, that's guaranteed.
no. It's yeah. I have spiritual weapon, but that's not a concentration.
Yeah, no, you're good. You should be fine.
I did have detect magic, but I don't know if that turned off.
That would have been. Oh, protection from good and evil is what I'm seeing here.
Yes. Yep, that's
Did you
right.
post that prior to coming out, or was that earlier below?
That was right before this.
Okay, so we'll keep that active. Go ahead and roll me a save. As long as you roll a 10 or higher, you should be good. You are fine. Nice.
On that 7 damage that on the damage that I just got, is that halved because of my resistance or because of
Oh,
the
your resistance to cold damage?
Yeah.
Oh, then it's only going to be 1 point of damage. Nice. It was half because you passed, so let me get
Okay.
2. Oh, good to know. I didn't realize your resistance to cold for smart. Not many choose that.
I think it's the Goliath ability.
Sweet. Good build. All
Yeah.
right. Well, you take 1
Lights, I
damage
was
instead.
cold.
Sweet.
With that, Orston, you see that these ghastly fiends aren't going anywhere. What do you do?
I think I'll just attack that one again.
It's looking rough. It's kind of like a wisp that's very wispy and in entanglement. It's not as well put. As you swing with the dagger of venom.
Nice.
Which one are you attacking? The one behind you? This one? Correct? Or which
Yeah.
one? This one.
That one I think is dead, right? The alive one. This one.
Yeah, it's dead. So you attack the one in front of you. You hit it. You got it.
Yeah, I think that one might be dead. I think
Might
I
be.
clobbered that one with like
We
2
definitely
bombs.
killed
Yeah.
one of them.
It might be. Yeah.
Yeah.
I might have saw
But there's
something,
still
and it
5
might
melons.
still be dead. Just might not be later. We'll see. Did you activate the dagger venom this round, or are we?
No.
No. So then the 3d6 is not included.
That's just sneak damage.
Oh, that's sneak. Nice. I forget. Sorry. You
I
have
mean-
advantage. Beautiful. You're good.
I mean, technically, aren't they
22
all dead?
Rips through it. I mean, they were already dead when you came out here. To be fair, you slash through this one. It's like it vanishes as if you just completely removed it from its immediate existence. You feel as if there's like an echo, kind of fading out and up toward the temples around you. That one's gone. Anything else you can do, Orston?
I think I'll move over here, and then I'm gonna cap it off there.
Okay. As you move this way, you notice that you see the apprentice in the corner. Give me a perception check real quick with advantage, being an L and all.
Nice.
You see something, probably 200 or so meters, somewhere off in the distance behind the apprentice, watching you guys. Meanwhile, Charles.
Yeah, Charles is just gonna kind of fuck off.
I feel like I should say something about that.
I mean, you could on your next turn.
Okay.
Charles floats off to stay out of the danger's way. As they find a quick perch, they oversee the area and they communicate with you telepathically, Pills, that there are only these threats. They don't see anything, at least in that general direction in which they're looking. Miss Ellie. She said that she really likes her new artwork because she has 2 legs and a full little pack going on. So she's ready to beat something up.
She's a pack now, yeah. Right. I think I have to put some honey in there and some meat.
Alright, you gotta start loading her up. What is she doing? She's surrounded by 2 of these ghastly things.
Yeah, she's attacking this one more like on the bottom left.
You got it. Okay. 12. Just hits. You feel as if you see the ghost where it's standing there and the claws immediately go through it and don't catch anything. Somewhere along the inner chest area, you see it drag the ghost as if it makes contact with a physical object within it. It's like, give me some damage. Very nice, very nice.
She also tries to bite it.
Oh, she's going in all the way. She drags it low enough to catch it on the head. Oh. And you see, like, the ghost go through her mouth, obviously, but it still catches some kind of damage going across the entire gas. And it's like, she says that they taste very cold, kind of like dry ice. You know, it's just the smoke. She's like, with that we end up on D1. I go whatever this went. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the one I deleted. That one makes sense. Defeated. That one's defeated. Good job, Orson. Hazel, back to you.
Oh. Up. Yeah. Good question. I guess I attacked the same one what Ellie just did.
Okay.
And I open. Let me see. I put Hunter's Mark on this first.
Okay, you got it.
What? Oh, wait.
Oh, you're already concentrating.
Are you already thinking really, really hard?
Oh, yeah. Okay, no. I'm just attacking with my bow.
You got it. Is that point blank range? It would be at disadvantage. Or no, it's right over Allie, right?
No, it's this one. On the
Gotcha. Okay, yeah, you should be fine because it's just right. Yeah, there's a little gap between you guys. Well, wait, real quick. Do you guys recall if the verbiage of the rule is if there's an enemy adjacent to you as a disadvantage?
Yeah, if you're
Yeah.
threatened.
Yeah, so then technically your shot would be a disadvantage because there is one right next to you adjacent.
Okay, then I'm attacking this one with the dagger because I feel like my magic weapon is on the dagger.
It was on the dagger.
Yeah,
Okie dokie.
I guess I will get the dagger.
You pull the dagger for a strike. You get them. You slash right across their chest. Making contact. You see this like weird wisp float off into the ether.
And while I'm kind of hurting this creature, my bees are coming out and giving also damage.
Got it.
This is a 6.
For an additional sting of 1. Yeah. The apprentice is like, I'm as strong as those bees.
And
Any
I'm doing
follow-up?
the same again.
You go for it.
Nice.
Nice, solid. It's like, you're doing damage. This one, I guess it's tough to tell with ghosts, but the one that's more surrounded seems to definitely have more woe in their eyes as they're just like, kind of now thinking, what have I done? Why am I here? Anything else?
Wait, magic weapon, do I do also damage?
Did you cast magic weapon prior? Then it would, oh, you mean your weapon itself? Then you would add a +1. Yeah, when you met, yep. So I'll add an additional thing on there. How much extra? Oh, because of the previous attack, right?
+1, but 2 attacks.
Yeah, you got it. 2. Got it. Boop. There we go. With that, she just looks like her shoulders slank up. Definitely much weaker than the other one. It is now Ziggy. Ziggy's gonna be like, okay, guys, I think I'm gonna go get some help. That sounds like a great idea. And he runs right past the apprentice here and keeps going. He gives a high five to the apprentice on the way out, and he drops his loot to find on the floor. As he does, a little satchel with it hooks and falls to the floor also, and he's like, "How can someone just stay alive?" As he runs off into the distance of well,
Just running off.
the cover. Kobolds.
Shameful.
They're very kobold. This ghost is gonna be like, "Oh," and try to just softly go and pat over Miss Ellie. Just Miss Ellie's just like, ooh, 22. These are hidden. So you guys hit more. Doing 15 points to Allie as Allie does not like that. She's like, she kind of slips to her leg a little, being very weak, and she is not looking too hot. And that's all I can do with 8-1, and it's a back. It's a back. Oh, it's this one. So you guys see this one here. Pills, go ahead and give me an insight check. As out of everything else you guys have been defeating, it's been vanishing. This one, it looks like it's slumped and present, but there's something off. It's dead, but present still. It's there. It's non-threatening, but there. Pills. It's you, Pills.
Oh, it's me. Oh, well.
Yeah, I thought you were thinking really hard. So when you were nodding your head, I was like, "Oh man, he's out of ideas."
I'm gonna run over here, and I guess actually I'm gonna run. Start this rock, to try and get a shot on this one, and I'm gonna pull up that little wrist pit boy and
Mm-hmm.
and
You're
then
gonna try it again.
making a phone call, and then I will shoot a temporal blast at it.
You just see this energy. Just it's like as if this like pulse of waves of radio wave. Which one were you shooting at again? Sorry. Oh,
The
this one,
bottom left.
the bottom before. As you hit it and you see it almost just as it splits into two and then struggles to re-strand itself into like this weave back together. It's looking weak, but it's not down yet. It's a solid hit though.
I think that's probably it for Pens.
Wrath Risk Taker. You stand there with your allies. You see Miss Ellie's not looking hot. No wounds, but weak in the eyes. And you've seen her take a couple hits in the past, and this looks like petty, but these things could be vicious. What do you do?
Let's see here. I'm out of that. I will cast Cure Wounds at level 2.
Got it.
Oh, that's not the button I want to use. All right, I'll cast level heal. Oh,
Nice.
was I supposed to select somebody for that, or?
I got you. I can do it manually.
Okay, cool.
If you
cool.
click someone, I think it might do it auto. Sometimes it works.
Okay.
Right there. Miss Ellie's like, same
I'll
thing.
take care of you, Miss Ellie. Yep. There
She
you
like
go.
puts her paw up for a high five.
Yeah, and then for bonus action, I'll see that this guy is or this thing is still on the floor, not disappearing. I'll think about my spiritual weapon and kind of commune with it to attack, just to attack the dead body.
You got it.
So is that
gives me an attack.
How do I do that?
I think I added it on there, no? Let me see. Sometimes I usually... Nope, not. Just recast the spell and don't use a slot on the little thing. Untick, use a spell slot. But I
Got it.
will... Usually with the spiritual weapons, I try to add in the spell on the
Oh, I
weapon
did
itself,
it.
so you just do it.
All right.
I haven't put it on that one, apparently.
Cast spell. Attack. Oh, come on. Ooh,
It, like, starts plowing the ground.
there it
Looks
is.
like it's very
Yeah.
seated in, you know?
I mean, is it laying down? Do I get advantage? Just kidding.
So you would technically. Spiritual weapons do not gain that benefit of advantages,
Okay.
however, because they're not considered an entity. They're just a spectral existence. They don't have a conscience, mind, etc.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Does
That's the
Martin
only
go now,
technical
or?
skill. Yeah, Martin goes at your turn. I didn't roll him initiative because he wasn't there earlier.
Okay.
So he can go ahead.
Martin, on his turn, he will see the two ghosts that's surrounding Ellie, Miss Ellie, and kind of just look anxiously around at me, and then I kind of give him the head nod, and then he kind of just raises his hands up and says something in Rabine, which nobody really understands, and casts Word of Radiance.
It's like, as he throws out Word of Radiance. Boom.
That work?
Sequence save. Yeah, it's working. I just have to pass. So let's see. Ooh, crit fail and fail. So give me some
Yay.
damage. Look at that, making it happen. Real quick though, each creature, which means your allies too. So yourself.
Oh, I thought it's you can select which creature.
This one says
Yeah,
you utter
each
divine
creature
word
of your
of
choice.
Oh, of your choice. I apologize. I just read the each creature
Yeah.
part. Just kidding. Never mind. I didn't want to hurt all of you. Martin would never do such an evil thing. Yeah, 5 points of damage.
It actually heals our party. Just kidding. I
That's some
wish.
solid damage across the board though. 10 across. Martin's like, he's like complaining to you that he thought it was going to kill him, and he's kind of disappointed it's not as powerful. But he, it's working. It worked.
In a joking fashion, I'll just pretend I'm getting hurt as well and scream, but then kind of just shrug it off.
He pulls the pen back. Like what I do? Very good. Martin pulled off a fast one. I like it.
Do I have to roll twice or just roll once, and that's for both of them?
It's just it's when it's splash damage. It's a single roll. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Nice. So that's why I did 5 across to both of them. So 10 across the board. It's now the apprentice. He's like, guys, did you see the kobold just ran away? Do I chase him?
No, stay closer with us. Come into my aura of protection. Get closer.
Oh yeah.
You never know what's behind you.
He peeks around the corner. Why is that one still there and not the others?
I don't know. Can you just burn it?
Okay. He turns around. Oops, not that. It's a fireball or fire, whatever. Firebolt. He's like, I think I hit it. As you see a fire. It is now inflamed, but still oddly present. You guys don't hear anything either. But you see the fire almost catch it lit as if it is not just ethereal, it's presently burnable. He's like, what does that mean?
I don't know. Oh my god.
This one is going to go for Orston.
Oh.
No.
As it reaches forward to Orston and does like a little making contact. Man, I'm rolling high on these hits for a +5. You do uncanny dodge. You take half of the damage against you. As you back up, and only the front of the fingertips cross your body as the rest of the hand doesn't actually get through to you. You do take 5 damage. And it's back to you, Orston. You do remember you saw something in the distance watching you. As you quickly look to see that after getting assaulted, you absolutely still see that presently in the distance.
Hey guys, I think there's something watching us out there in the woods behind the apprentice.
Azad, can you give me a perception check to see whether or not you hear them notice you? And then just call it out for me.
Perception. The rolls. 16.
You definitely understand that the owlin that is in the distance of this combat, for some reason, is focusing in your direction. You feel that vibe coming across between you and this creature, though their conflict is still ongoing. So it's not like they're giving you all the attention, but it's almost as if you've been pinged. Or still, what do you do with your turn?
Just a straight up attack.
Slash it right through them. $17 points. Disappears. Another one. Gone. Any follow up bonus?
Yeah, I think I'll just move here. Then I'm good.
You reposition yourself as you kind of jump and flutter over Miss Ellie and then land on the other end. And you see the rest of your team reasonably positioned. Charles, does he hold ground?
Yeah, he just sits there.
Miss Ellie.
She's attacking again.
With a bit more oomph in her, she strikes, ripping through the target. You don't have to do the second attack. As that one rips through her and the ghost dissipates. Miss Ellie's like, she raises her palm, and in it is a blue stone, very huey in nature, and has a little cold touch to it as it slowly comes to a normal temperature sitting in the palm of the bear. Immediately, the combat subsides. That burning ghost is still sitting there burning, oddly enough. It's like one of those weird, mines that never stop inflamed once lit. And Miss Ellie goes, and shows you, Hazel, as it's just like, I got this.
Does Hazel know what it is, or like, does she have knowledge
It
about
looks
the
like a
stone?
precious stone. Pills. Hazel, you don't really, not off the top, you just like, a ghost stone? That's interesting. Pills, you've heard of these things as charm holders. Perhaps these were left holding these ghosts inside, only to activate when certain things preside. Whether it was you who actually disturbed them or they were just disturbed previously and someone ran from them, the charms have been left behind and have never been emptied until now. As you kind of look on the field, you notice that you do see little stones or pebble like objects of the other ones, however, they are not lit. This one is. And then the other one's fine.
I guess I'd take the stone and ask around, like, does anyone know what it is?
Apprentice goes, I wouldn't touch anything that's glowing from these things. One time my master did that and I got the bad end of it. I tell you, I am always experiencing the worst possible things. You should put that down.
You have always luck, apprentice, huh?
I'll take it.
Okay, I give it to Pills.
You see Pills grab it and nothing happens. And he's like, what about that? And he turns around and points at the burning pit.
Yep, looks like a burning pit.
But I don't get it. Like, if it's dead, why didn't it go away like the others?
If it's dead, why did it come back as a ghost? Who the fuck knows?
Keep burning it.
Leaving the town. This is why I told my bosses that I wouldn't leave clasp anymore. This is just too much. Nothing's ever explained.
I feel like you kind of just followed us here.
I followed you. You go and you curse me further, and then we released some kind of monster that was possessing me in a cell, trying to just juice me for my own. I don't even know. And then you tell me that I should stick with you, and then you say I'm following you?
We could give you back.
Oh, I didn't say so hastily of providing me a return. I just said I liked being in town because these things are bad. As that, you slowly make your way up as you see the owlin approaching you, closing about 100 or so meters between you and your presence. Do you make yourself known, or do you wait to see what the owlin does?
How far? How far away is he from me?
Give or take 150 feet at this point.
Okay.
He is
I'll
aware of you. It would seem absolute.
to put one of my skills to use. I'll drop down on all fours and close the distance
Alright.
and get 10 feet closer to him.
Orston, go and give me a perception check as they duck down, and as they duck down, you hear a rifle in the grass slowly rifling closer and closer, and you see them coming to you swiftly on all fours like a hound of sorts. You quickly pick up the scent. Ooh, that's a knoll. Do you call out before it arrives to you, or do you wait for it to come at you?
Wow. I do notice him, but I'm much more interested in the loot that the kobold dropped.
Got it. You get distracted as you lean down to pick up the loot and the purse in which was tied to it. You look up, and as you do, in almost this odd silence, but this very heavy stench of smell of Knoll, is a Knoll facing you, point blank on all fours.
Greetings.
I'll kind of stand over all the loot and look up at him like, howdy. So, appears to be a comrade or pal of yours. I don't think it's so kind of you to steal
Yeah, I think we're
a
gonna find a lot of
friend's
them.
loot.
What was that, really?
Oh, I was just
Oh,
picking it up for him. I was gonna give it to him later.
If you say, he did seem like a scaredish little fella, but presume where he shall remain. I'll allow you to pick his things up, and I'll step back with all fours and then stand back up on both my hind legs.
Pills, you see a weird occurrence going on over the shoulder of your allies as you see the owl kind of having an interface, and then this Knoll stand up adjacent to him out of almost nowhere for a brief moment, and you see that there is a individual now facing the group as a whole in a sense. So let me what? Just my mouse. Hold on. But I do. Oh no! I threw my mouse so hard that it closed me out of my game. What?
Would we recognize gnolls as a non-hostile creature in this
Pills,
world?
you actually, Hazel would recognize Nulls to be part of the wilds. Not necessarily hostile, but just part of the wilds. So, just basic world, population is there's the considered civilized, which are the people that the Lisperian have made agreements or trades with. The orcs are not considered fully civilized in the Lisperian's eyes, which is why they're fighting for their land now in the east. The wilds has been an unoccupied area mainly because it's like free people, free creatures, the fae, the gnolls, the orcs, the goblins, all the other creatures and species in between, the harrogons, pretty much everything that was originally found here when the Lisperians came to this continent, and just not accepted because the irony is the Lisperians are mainly ruled by Loxodon and Tabaxis. It's as if they felt like others weren't as superior to their natures and skill sets, so they've kind of shunned others. They do accept many gnolls and others in their military ranks that you have seen, but there's like it's like an absorption. It's like when they take over something, they allow that in as they're under their own roofs, but they look at everything else kind of shunningly. The city of Clasp is open to such wilds and orcs because they've had these agreements. That's why the orcs have never taken them to war or fought them. And even in this conflict with Lesperia and the orcs, as long as Clasp itself does not involve themselves or provide aids to the orcs' understanding, then there will be no war for them. However, gnolls are definitely more on the free side of things. They don't work for the actual Asparians willingly if you ever found one. And you'd imagine this one, especially being out here, is probably on the side of the orcs.
Hmm.
I guess pills
I
for
guess I'll
you. You would absolutely think that he's like a scout from your perspective, with your experience of treasure hunting and what have you.
I'll tip off everybody else. Looks like we picked up another person over here. Wrath, maybe you should go
How's that?
talk to them. They seem to be more your size.
As he
Okay.
kind of has his back turned, I'm gonna keep my hand on my great axe, which is on my back.
Okay.
And just, nope. Don't think you guys should be around these parts. I mean, this is kind of orcish land.
What
Don't need
What
you
are
to-
these parts?
You know, they have their own areas claimed as territory, as I shall say. I call it their parts because I don't like the word territory. It seems a little aggressive in a sense, but
No, that's fine. I'm not trying to argue ownership of the land. More so, just trying to identify where the land is. We're kind of lost.
You could, if they were to have a map or someone were to have a map, you could point out where they are. As that.
Who has a map? Do I have?
I have a
map?
question.
Yeah,
Oh, shit. I have the map. My bad.
What did
I'll
loot?
walk up to this. This
you
new
pick up
stranger.
his loot, which is a flute-like item, and the small sound seems to have some kind of noise of coins inside. Though it doesn't sound like currency. It sounds as if they're different shapes and have a purpose unknown, unless you were to open the bag and actually kind of go through it.
I'll walk up to this new fella and won't reach to my back as if almost I'm drawing a sword, but in reality I'm just like searching my bag for the map. And I quickly whip it out aggressively, but then I go, "Sir, can you point out where we are exactly? We're lost."
I'll go ahead and kind of
As you do,
snatch the
you
map from him and open
point
it
out
up and
that they are
read it.
this D20 location, up north or just south of the northern area that works the main. So you'd be able to easily just plop that into where they are. You guys would understand that you guys are way further north than you anticipated originally coming anywhere. You did not think that caves would lead you this far.
I was kind of hoping we were a little bit more south now, but oh well.
So yeah, you all are pretty
Well, thank
much
you.
tiptoeing in the orcs domain, the territories. So keep going north. I'd say watch your steps because things get a little hasty up there.
Do you know what the best way south is? We're trying to get back to Clasped. And I'll grab the map back from him. Be like, "Thank you," and roll it up, put it in my backpack.
You would know how to get them back. You do know that it's not necessarily, when I use the terms hostile territory, I don't necessarily mean that everything's trying to kill you. I mean it in a way that, like you're gonna have to grease some hands, or if you pass some traders, you don't want to piss everyone off on the way there, basically, because you don't know whose allegiance is who's a free people of Clasp, who's an orc side, who's a Lisperian side, who's a spy, etc. There's so much tensions out here in the orc lands that the individual of Azad, he's out here doing what he's doing for the orcs as in protecting them. You guys get the sense that he seems to have a very strong understanding of the relations here in this area. Azad, you would be able to say you could take him back to Clasp, but it could be a trivial task because you don't really know who's where all the parts are moving in this conflict.
Yeah. So, I mean, I could take you guys back there. I mean, tricky, but knowing my kind of steps around areas, I could probably lend a little hand for a while.
Oh, that sounds great. I'm Wrath, by the way.
Azad.
Zod, nice to meet you. It's nice to see people closer to my size out here. It's It's hard with these little ones sometimes, and I kind of motion to the kobold, who's probably no taller than our knees.
He's gone. You
Yeah.
mean,
And I'm like, he
yeah,
just
yeah,
scattered away and can't
yeah.
even see him, these tiny fellas. What are you doing out here, by the way? What brings you to these parts, or how did you get out here?
Oh, just a while back, just traveling the lands and areas, getting used to things. Ventured far out from where I was. And heard that the orcs and the orcs domain area needed some help, and somebody who's quick on all fours could definitely use some money and help them out. So, as I am
Huh.
right now, I'm running through these great wooded areas and lands, trying to protect them, keeping what I might seem as hostiles towards them away.
You
So
just move hostile creatures away from the people you work from, or do you, you know?
I try to work them away, try to convince them to, in
Oh,
a
okay.
nice manner, move them out. But obviously, in the worst case scenario, I have to attack some people. Which, even if
Oh,
I do, that's a free meal for me because I
Yeah.
I
don't
am
mind
getting quite
eating.
hungry. Miss Ellie, aren't you getting hungry? We can use some food, but in the meantime, I'd like to ask more questions. But quickly, do you know what's going on with that thing that's just still on fire and hasn't disappeared? Does anybody know what's going on with that thing? Pills?
I'll go take a look at it. Just
Have
to
you seen?
assuage any fears, even though we could literally just walk away from it.
Pills, if you
Azad,
Would
have
want
you
I?
seen this before?
Yeah,
have
I
you
was about to
seen this
ask.
before?
Would I've already known this or heard about this
Azad,
before?
you wouldn't. You haven't actually been here yet, but as you're walking around, you can see that this is some kind of temple-like area. Wrath, this is abnormal for any kind of ghost. Ghosts don't burn. Pills, you approach, and what you see when you get close is Arcana check. Arcana for you, Pills. The
I'll go ahead and
go on.
I'll
You
go
see,
ahead and look around and try
you
to
got it.
see if I can
Give
find anything that might be
me an
causing that
investigation
thing.
as the apprentice goes, "Ah, hey, Pills, you really shouldn't. I warned you." As you get real
I'm
close
not
to
touching it.
Pills,
I'm just looking.
and he's like, "That's how it starts." And you see that it's not on fire. In fact, it's almost as if the flames inside is like, how would I put, a passing of energy inside this entity. It's as if it's a pocket that is out of place and a little out of time. It doesn't necessarily call to you, but you get this sense that maybe it's not here.
I got a 16 for my investigation.
As you look around, Azad, you see that this place has been very unoccupied. It's as if whoever did once live here or reside here has abandoned it over many, many centuries ago. You got no whiff of work, no whiff of Lisperian armies. Nothing has traveled through here but these guys. And, oh yeah, the kobold.
Can I try and look through the little wrist
Yeah, your little pit boy.
computer thing to see if there's any reference of
Sure. As you kind of like
fire stuck in time?
observe your Pip-Boy as you're close to it, it kind of gives off like a little kind of static trilling effect. And you see as if what it's trying to attempt to show you is like a static feed of an expression of someone, as if it was someone stuck, like physically stuck in that, whatever this is in front of you. This wasn't a ghost, but it was with them. Whether it was pertinent to them at the time or if it somehow plopped here out of place, it seems to be some kind of capsule-like mechanism that is very abnormal for anyone's personal experience with such things.
Is this in no way similar to? Oh, I guess I can't ask the question. Never mind.
You could. Well, you're there.
Oh,
I imagine Pills is speaking aloud most of the time.
Is this somewhat similar to The Apprentice at all?
There's nothing inside speaking out to you guys. Outside of Pills seeing the little pit boy, the rest of you guys are just seeing this like molten, ghastly thing kind of just slow, like a wisp, just wavering in a constant, routinish like circle, but on the ground. And it's not building into the ground anyway. It's almost not in contact with anything near. Though everything that touches it almost gets absorbed by it, which was the fire and the attack, etc. And then Pills on your Pit Boy, you see Anama, and then it's like static out.
I guess I will slowly reach my hand in to it. Oh, wait.
Which hand? Is Pills a lefty or a righty?
Who's got the apprentice?
Huh? No one
I
has
have
me.
your hand.
Oh.
My what?
Your hand.
What do you want to do with my hand? And
Oh,
which
come
one?
on. I'll do you a favor. Come here.
Okay. He walks up to you. Puts his hands out. You're shorter than him by so he's like crouching.
Pluck a piece of my hair out, and then I will place it on the lock thing that's attached to him.
Okay. You see the lock consume the hair, and you see one of them pop off and immediately reach for your wrist. Do you try to pull your hand away, or do you allow it to latch onto you, Pills?
I guess the first thing I'll try and do is smack it into the fire.
Okay, give me a sleight of hand as you see the lock animated on its own, reaching for you to lock you to it, like a cop cuffing you to themselves. Nice. As you see it coming at you, you hit it with like Pit Boy, and the Pit Boy knocks it in, and as it does, it goes. You now see the apprentice like, what did you do, Pills? You told me you weren't gonna make me touch it. And it almost is like pulling him in slowly from where the
It's
lock
pulling
is.
him in. Oh no!
He's like, no, guys, please. This is definitely not how it happened last time, but I don't want it to happen again. He's like getting
I'll
dragged
go
by
ahead
the
and-
reach
leg.
in and try and grab the thing off of him.
So you reach him, or you touch him, or you touch the entity.
I'll try to touch the lock and
Okay.
It was not my intention to get him sucked into it. So I'll
As
try
you
and save
grab the
him.
lock to try to yank him through, you feel that the lock itself repels you, as your hand can't come in immediate contact with it. As now you see this entity object before you, just kind of doing this weird Jewish-like change. It's like, he's like, no. It's almost matching the screen on your Pit Boy at this point, as it's creating this kind of static connection. Your Pit Boy and the entity itself are creating an entire image of this location. You can't quite make it out completely. It's like someone did a really rough charcoal drawing rub off of what would have been the actual map. And then you hear him go, "You guys, I'll never."
Oh, I was about to do something.
Disappears. You see the entire thing. Your Pit Boy goes, powers down, and boop, 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 reboots.
I turn around.
Okay.
That was an accident.
What did you do to him?
Yeah, Pills. What have you done?
I
I never really liked him, but I didn't want to get rid of him.
He's probably in a much better place.
And a bubble again. Oh,
Not a bubble. Do you see a bubble? There's no bubble there. No bubble.
He's not even bubble this time.
I imagine that he landed
in a bubble.
In the future or in the past?
I'll go ahead and approach Pills and just place my big clawy hand on top of his head. Just be like, everyone makes mistakes. It happens. It seems like he wasn't good anyway, so it was probably better for him to be sucked in there than coming back to wherever you guys came from.
To be fair, he found him in handcuffs with you, so
Yeah. So, I mean, if anything, we can say he got attacked almost died. I'm a stranger that found you guys, and I ate him to finish his life.
That would probably make things worse.
I like the cover
I mean,
story.
I'm a gnoll. They would know us like to eat things such as people. So I doubt they wouldn't mind me putting a thing that's almost dead out of its misery.
I'm very
I
by the
don't know
way.
if that's going to be an issue,
No,
anyways.
very old and skinny and frail. There's not a lot of meat here.
Yeah, but a little is still something. I mean, would you rather die because you couldn't find food or find something and still eat it, even though there's not much to eat?
Are you rationalizing
Gotta
eating
get it.
me?
I mean, I can eat you if you want. No, I'm talking about. I'm trying to help make a backup story on why this random man apprentice thing vanished to help back you guys up.
Why don't we just say he ran away because he's a
His
little
pill's
chicken
about to become a Scooby snack.
shit? Ruh-roh.
But then they would send a search party for a person that really didn't run away. They got sucked into whatever that thing was.
No
They're
trace. They
rational.
can look all they want. They're not gonna find him.
We can.
Bills, you killed our only mage.
He died as
Not-
he lived.
There's no body. You don't know he's dead.
But he isn't here anymore, so
I don't know how much I trust you right now, Pills.
Okay.
In the
How
future.
about we
Do
say
you
we
see
were
that
getting a
rabbit
big
lady?
fight?
Do you see the rabbit lady anywhere? Does it mean she's dead?
He
How's
just threw him in there.
How about this?
Throwing.
How about this? You all say you got in a big fight. A creature grabbed him, threw into this creek beside you, and a monster ate him, and he's gone.
Yeah, the
Oh.
ghost. We got attacked by
We're
ghosts
not-
and it sucked him up and it disappeared. That's mostly
Rest in
true.
peace.
We're not worried about the people who would come to look for him if he disappeared. We're worried that Pills made someone disappear.
The
I
natural
didn't
order is
make
the
him
best.
disappear.
The best
ghost
claim.
made him disappear.
This is a little bit more of a trust issue with Pills. Pills
That's
Or
why I
always
had to
been a
like
bit.
that.
This is the first time this has happened.
This is the first time
You know
I've
what
murdered
this-
anyone. I promise.
Cover up the backstory with nature. We got attacked. He tripped into the pond, and a giant lizard ate him. There
There
we
you
go.
This is the first time Pills has killed a friend.
We're all
No,
making him an
no.
alibi too.
First of all, friend is a strong word.
I slowly
He's a
like
apprentice.
pull Martin away back from
He
Pills.
like
Like
hugs Martin like a child. You stay next to me, buddy. Martin's like,
How many times have I saved you?
that's true. But now I don't know.
More than
Now
you
I'm
can
just
tolerate.
just a little. I have fingers to count.
Oh, guys,
Sorry.
come on.
Okay,
I mean,
Miss
if I
Alice going
wanted
you
to-
and like
I mean,
Rock
if I
of
wanted to
faith
eat you,
in
I
your
would have
face.
ate you when you were picking up the kobold's items. So you see, I'm friendly. I didn't eat you. I didn't attack you. So therefore, we're fine. We just say he got eaten by a lizard in the creek.
While
"Where's
they're
that Hazel?"
talking,
Uh-huh.
while they're
Orson.
talking about this, I've flown up here. I want to start looking at what's in that bag.
And what was that, Hazel? You were saying something previously.
Hmm.
Oh, I
Oh,
thought
I was-
something or someone.
I was saying, Hazel, you know Pills the longest. You know,
Maybe
oh,
2 days more
maybe-
younger than you.
maybe you should tame his curiosity in the future.
Tell him to chill on the Bateman vibe, please.
We were just trying to repossess items, not our
Bateman
allies.
Oh my god.
Enemies one thing, allies another.
I mean,
To be
Alright.
fair, I was trying to get the thing off his wrist.
has Hazel any idea where he might be, or like what
Yeah.
happened to him?
If there's anything Hazel would know about things disappearing out of the blue like that, it's usually Fae involved, or teleportation magic, or port key vibes. You don't imagine that this thing was sitting here for someone to use to go anywhere. So definitely for Hazel, I would say Hazel feels like it's more of a purposeful trap, not necessarily meant for the apprentice, but this was a device created to trap something inside it. But if it was sitting there, theoretically available, does that mean something was already out? Or was something already in and just left there to be forgotten? Leaves you wondering a bit.
Did something drop out of this thing? Sorry, I didn't really catch the description after the apprentice got sucked in.
You know, it's funny you ask that, because not yet, no. Nothing's come back. No poop, no debris, no flesh, no bones, no burps.
Oh, sorry. So did it just like
As
just
he got pulled in, it just like, you know, what is the word? Imploded on itself, I guess, in a way, and then vanished.
Okay. Just for kicks. Well, I just try to go back to the same spot in which it disappeared. And right where it was, I would try to cast, like, oh, I really wish he could come back. He was our only mage. And I would try to cast Mending just to see if anything happens.
Okay. You cast Mending. Give me a Arcana check.
Sorry for the coughing again. I still have not kicked this cough.
Horston, as you pop open the bag, you see a bunch of different coins. None of them are of currency. In fact, they have different emblems on them. It's as if one shows that of the Lesperian Guard, another shows that of a crude kind of scratch mark. You're not quite sure what it could really mean. Another coin shows an emblem of the City of Cleanse. Another shows one that has a huge H on it, and it's very deep engraved. The coin itself is probably 2 inches thick, and the H itself is almost all the way down to the millimeter of the other side. As you feel the flesh and you kind of ting on it with your talons, you hear the echo as if something would easily pop through the other side of where this H ends, and you're not quite sure, but it seems very hollow, the coin itself. Then you see another one with a B that has like a B with a cursive R going through it, and then it's like a cog here, a part of it. Amongst all these coins, there's a couple repetitive ones, and then a couple other miscellaneous. They all seem that, if they don't represent the same thing, represent different locations.
Okay, very cool. Did you say that he also dropped a little man, or did I hear you wrong?
That was a lute. His flute is what he dropped.
Oh, okay, flute.
It was his little man.
Oh, little man.
Okay.
Sorry.
Wrath, as you cast Mending in the area in hopes that something will happen, you mend the ground. The dirt that was hoed out by your weapon is now back.
Okay.
They just throw dirt.
I just drop my hands and... Alright, well, doesn't seem like anything's coming back unless you can try to bring him back or anything pills. Otherwise, we just move on.
Yeah, I don't think that's something I can do.
But any more temporal things, keep your hands away. As the apprentice's last words, I wouldn't do...
I think he was
Yeah,
complaining a lot
pills.
more after that.
Yeah, he was like, I can't believe you did that, and then got stuck in. But he did warn you too.
I will say this, Pills. If he's not dead and we bump into him and he's this level 20 character that he described himself
Mhm.
in the future, you're the one that's going to have to calm him
Justify the
down.
means.
To be fair, he was kind of slow.
This might be
so
blood for
I don't
blood.
know if it's gonna be a problem.
I thought I was
Maybe
going to
he
have another
took a long
friend,
time.
but
No, I mean he just didn't seem like, he was level 20 mage material.
Without a name.
I mean,
well,
from afar,
nobody's
he didn't
level
seem like
20
he was
made
useful
material.
anyways. So I mean,
So, on the world map, we have you guys here. I think I properly set the measurements. Let me make sure because I update the map. Yep, still about 18 miles to make it home straight away, but you'd have to go around these large mountains unless you have a very interesting idea of climbing.
I've got gloves. See you guys later. Just
You
kidding.
I
poor
got all
fools.
fours.
It would be 24 miles if you went the
Land mammals.
most typical roundabout.
I got all fours in my claws, so I'm good to climb.
And how many miles can we travel at normal speed per day?
Believe. Let me look because I always forget that one. All kinds of people travel fast. Travel side. I think it's 14 miles or something like that, but oh, that wrong. Here we go. Every hour you could do about 3 miles if the team stays together at an average speed. Now, the irony is Pills is the slowest member, so he does hinder the team in some aspect. But since the majority of you guys have a faster movement speed,
What
go
is
ahead, Pills.
when sit on LA?
He could, yeah, he could
Or
absolutely
like
chill
at
on
least
alley, etc. Yeah,
sometime, yeah.
yeah. It was just
Did-
put it out there that at the end of the day,
I-
there is a small hindrance to the crew.
I could get, as long as I keep nothing in my hands, I can be on all fours, and Pills can ride my back because I have the strength for it.
So
And
true.
I'm
That's
assuming
very
you're
nice of
one
you.
left side back there.
What was
I'm 7'5", so I'm pretty tall and pretty strong. I'm a fighter. I have 20 strength and 19 dex, so
What are those things? That's
Yeah.
magic.
I guess.
So my question is to you
No.
guys: how do you guys wish to plot your way back into the end zone?
Did you say one of the coins had a symbol for clasp?
Correct.
I really want to ask, like, fly down and kind of ask everyone, but specifically Pills, what he thinks these coins do or are,
Oh boy.
if they're anything.
Okay.
Oh, you're not afraid I'm gonna get him sucked into a temporal vortex?
Let's try to avoid that.
Okay.
Um,
So those are the
I'll take a look
descriptions
at
of the
them.
general coins. As you show Pills, Pills immediately knows what these are. These are challenge coins of adventurers, people who have gone the distance. You don't get one of these just by asking for it. You have to go all the way to where one of these are minted and or held and either steal one, be given one, or find one off of a fallen ally. Those in possession of these coins usually have a connection with somebody of significant resources. I wouldn't say it's always power, because sometimes it's the small people with these things, but these coins have been minted individually from their respective groups. You recognize one of them as a Lisperian Guard coin, where most Lisperian Guards would hold it to identify themselves as true Lisperian Guards, not a spy. You see that some of them look very crude and scratched, as if they attempt to do the same thing, but you don't know where they belong. You'd imagine it's some kind of small wilds crew of some sort. The H you do know is the hollow. That's why the coin is so light. It's hollowed out. And the H is representing itself as the pirate city in which they steal all. That's why the coin itself has so little to it, outside of just the H burrowed into it. The clasp coin, you've heard of them, but you haven't seen one yourself, Pills, so this is interesting that they exist. You wonder if the Haragon will either provide you more information when she sees you wield one, or take it off of you for a pretty penny.
I want to make it clear that it's still in my hand.
Maybe be careful about who we show those to,
That's good advice.
because you might spark some questions about how you got them.
What
and
if
who
the
you took them
apprentice
off.
was killing people and taking them?
I can
I
take
don't think
them.
a lot of people in class have a lot of respect for the apprentice. I'm just going to put that out there. And if we say he had all these, that might actually cause more questions.
I mean, can hand
He
him
was
to
kind of
me
the
as a
weirdo
person
that
who
people
was
go for it. Sorry.
could hand him to me as I won the protecting the orc domain. I could have been collecting them as the ones I defeat try to come through.
I
You'll
think
have to
I'll
take
keep
that
them
up
in
with-
my pocket. I ain't
I'm not
afraid
sure
of no
he's the one
questions.
to part ways with loot.
I mean, you
So-
said we're parting ways anytime soon.
Oh, I just meant he didn't. I don't think he'll want to give it up.
Oh.
So shall we go through the mountain pass to go back home, or should we go around the mountains? What do you guys think? What's the safest route, do you think, Azad? Am I saying the name right, Azad?
Safest route? I mean,
Most
me wise,
likely-
anywhere
quickest-
is safe. But for
quickest
y'all, I mean,
route.
probably going around because it's more open. Don't have to worry about people trying to pick you guys off.
Azad
and
will know that
having
this
a
is a
high ground.
Lisperian camp down here, so you don't want to go near that as himself. You guys would probably be fine, but this is a Lisperian house, very, very far front housing, closest to the Orc domain, where the rest are all out here. It's not fully active, but you would understand that those who've come on ships to the harbors of Clasp have been moving materials up here to prepare for a activity. Will be the words. Going this way would most likely just involve being scouted by a couple orcs with Azad on your side. You should be able to pass them with either basic barter or convincing. There's a abandoned tower that no one at this noticeable time has actually been occupying, but you always tread carefully. And then the rest of the way through, there's just one more scout tower that's considered the orcs. And again, it's just more or less, as long as you guys aren't trying to fight them, and you're just declaring your personal business, then you could possibly get through. It's more or less the slip of the tongue or the wrong, eyebrow raise when you're talking to whoever you're talking to.
So, just a quick question for everybody: What are we doing?
We're going home.
Home?
Leading
have
you
to
guys
pay
back to
rent.
class.
Yeah,
We don't really have a home.
we have to pay our HOA fees before we get evicted.
Do we?
I
mean,
mean,
what happens if
unless
we
you
just
want to
don't
go
go to
farther.
I
class?
mean, I think we've also left a few of our other Rabines there too. I'm wondering how they're even feeding themselves at this point, or maybe
Everybody
other
looks at
people
you and
have
like
been
scours, like
Mm.
it's like I'm a humanoid rat. I can
Yeah.
feed
I don't know his name.
I
It's
mean,
the other guy that was there, like, to look over things.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
and
You
I
guys
think we were in the
know.
process of building it into one of the 4 choices of
It was like
buildings.
a
I forget.
room like a tavern for rumors. I think you guys are going the rumor route to kind
It
of
was a
gain
tavern.
Yeah, I
information.
think so. Yeah,
if you guys want, we
Say
can
again?
go back to Clasp, and as we pass the orc towers, I can try to have them pass on words about you guys, so y'all and I could have a safer way back up to the orc domain, as us hopefully being claimed as friendlies, or y'all.
Are they gonna let you in, class?
I mean, have to try my best. I mean, I'm not a bad person.
think-
I haven't done any bad deeds towards Clasp, so I don't see no reason why
I don't
not.
need
But
anybody from there, right?
But I think, if my memory
I don't think
recalls,
so.
I mean, Clasp seemed to be pretty neutral in all
Correct.
these things.
But opinions are opinions.
Whereas, this is true. But going through Lisperian would be the frontier area would be quite the adventure if you guys ever wanted to make some changes in this world.
I think. Okay, let's go to Clasped, and then I think we need to have a conversation about what are we doing.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. We should probably go back to home base.
And if they
It's
don't let
been-
me into Clasp, I can always stick around in one of the orc towers, scout towers. And when I see you guys pass by, I can hop back along and follow along with y'all.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure they will let you in Clasp, but maybe you might need to disguise yourself. But there's been all sorts of different types of people in Clasps. It should be okay. But do you have disguises by any chance?
I do not.
Have you disguised yourself before?
I
Nope.
All right. Well, we
I'm
can
just-
talk about it. What was
I'm
that?
just a wanderer, so
Oh, you
I'm
can
pretty good
use
at it.
disguise. Okay. Those
I
can
actually
disguise
have a
you.
disguise kit.
Well,
Yeah.
you know,
I think I got a
a
disguise
red
kit.
lipstick will do wonders to certain folks. And
I
I kind of
think I'll
look
be all
towards.
right.
I kind of look towards pills. I'm just kidding.
So, You guys are on a hex spirit map. I believe you guys should be able to drag that token. Let me add in a player actually. Gotta remove Ziggy and add in you guys
As we walk
way off.
down to clasped, I'm gonna have, unless Orson, you want to do this, I was just gonna have Charles do some Overwatch and fly circles around us.
Jeez, you guys are tanky. 334 activated health. That's intense.
We can
All
both kind of scout maybe in like different directions, make sure
Orston
no one's
and
following us.
Charles can give me survival checks as they sweep the area from above.
Oof.
Survival.
Orston, you immediately notice that this place is dangerous. There's lots of traps, not just on the ground, but in the air, in the trees. Even as you're flying high, you can tell that there's less bird activity out here, like, feather folk. And it's odd. At first, you kind of listen keenly, hoping to hear any kind of ins and outs and where they might be hiding. Give me a perception check. Charles informs you, Pills, that there is a river crossing up ahead with no actual bridge, and there are about 5 individuals on the opposing side. 2 of them are absolutely orcish in nature, the other 3 are smaller than them. Orston, the eeriness of the lack of ambiance from bird calls and other creatures in the trees tells you that there must be a predator bigger and badder and hungry. But you can't imagine what it'd be out here. But it couldn't be the orcs.
I think we should let Azad. We should let Azad maybe approach this upcoming river before us and introduce that we're coming with a friendly face. I think there's some orcs up there.
Do you all agree?
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
I'm not even there.
So we'll say you guys are obviously not immediately in this presence, like you guys are further away. But excuse me, Azad walks forward. Let me fix his vision. And as he does, you guys see this nice little kind of river of rocks going through and washing by as you guys hide in the back. Each Raph, Pills, and Hazel give me a perception check as you guys kind of take focus of what's going on. Azad, you move closely to the rocks and kind of give me a stealth check. Let's see how. I mean, obviously, even you are not just one to run up on orcs in the open. There is a way of approach.
Me?
Yeah, stealth for you.
Stealth?
Martin is like, he's showing you his fingers and he's pointing out that there are
16.
absolutely 6 characters, or 6
16.
entities over there. You got it. And Martin helps identify that. Hazel confirms it. Martin also shows, kind of does this, like as if he's spitting or throwing up, like as if one of them is, sick. Hazel, you can confirm that one of the odd characters there seem to have an immense amount of boilish growth all around their neck area, and they're like a large orc with huge teeth running out, but there's boils all around pretty much the chin to the shoulders. Azad, as you slowly sneak up, let's see if any of them pick up on you. So far, nothing. Let's see if one of these guys pick up on you. Nothing. None of them notice you approach. How do you introduce yourself, Azad? You know that they are this is a patrolling guard. They are absolutely built to kill things that are enemies or question things that are not friendly immediately. They understand neutral. All orcs do, because they don't want to fight multiple orcs. They are fighting against Lisperian, but they aren't going to take BS either. They're not bright, so they have to be ridiculously plain and simple convinced when in communications. If they're ever curious or they doubt, they usually get aggressive.
As I usually introduce myself to all the other orcs, I will step out with my flail and kind of smack it against my other arm and let it kind of wrap around since it's a weapon they kind of gifted to me as a thing of me helping them out. It's made out of skulls, rocks, leathers, whatnot. Step out and yell my name or introduce myself to them. Azad Gatan, as I yell to them.
They will, to the two larger figures that seem to be in charge, look. They speak to each other in their orcish nature, and then one goes, Orc of Utrus. The other one nods. Orclaw of Luthek. We claim these lands on patrol. What bring you?
I, as scout for you guys, have came across some fellow adventurers. They need to get back to another place, so we need to get. I'm helping them get to that place. They are no threat to us.
You have friends, but you alone. Why hide what you have?
Because I would rather make sure they are safe to get through before they have shown themselves.
You all hear a squeaky voice yell out. It's one of these guys here, and you immediately identify it as Goblin. It sounds like we got something to burn. How about we just burn it? We'll just throw a little bomb over the river, and it'll just blow him up and burn him. Look at all the fire. Oh, I can just smell it now. Azad, with that, you realize that these are 4 kamikaze goblins that are with them. These guys are on a demolition job somewhere, and they're heading. You don't know where nearby, but they're traveling there, and these guys are meant to blow something up.
No need to blow things up. You know me. I can easily gobble you little green guys down in
Not
a
if I throw
couple
my
bites.
bomb in your mouth first. I think that is a much better idea. I've always
I
wondered
can
what
leap.
it all tastes like.
I can leap across these rocks in seconds before that thing hits the ground. So
You see the orc claw of Luthik. No one will touch my bonds. They will do my bidding. What in this purposes do you need from us in our passing?
just need to have you guys let me and these adventures through. That's all I need.
Why are you guiding non-orcs through Orkland if you serve the orcs?
Because they have adventured too far north and have accidentally stepped into the land. They do not mean no harm to the orcs.
Lost puppies are not our concern. Our resources are meant for the war. What do they offer us in their passing as exchange for our service in time of protecting their will?
Well, I can discuss that with them when we get back to the town they need to get to.
You
You
may
know
go
me.
back and discuss before you cross. We will not move
I
forward
can.
until we
I
see
can
your
bring
work
back.
done.
Hey, you know me as Zod. I bring back information, even if it's after the situations.
We know of their outpost south of the hills. We tend to destroy it before they house it with enough military to become unovercomable. Unless you assist us with your friends on the way there, then we will have doubt on your actual intentions as our ally. You guys all hear this, by the way. It's a very loud conversation. Orcs are not whispers. They are like, let everyone know that I am having a conversation. In case you want to surprise me, now's the time.
I mean, if you want, I can discuss with them and see if they have any ways to show that they mean no harm or they can help you guys in some way. But I know they are friendly because I have not been attacked yet.
The nurtured one, the one with the boils, goes. He's like scratching his neck, and you see one of the boils pop. It looks gruesome. It like splatters everywhere. Some of it falls onto the goblin in front of him, and the goblin's like, hey. And he's like, I think that if they can reveal themselves and show that they are harmless to us, then traveling amongst our pack would be beneficial. We have seen many cross our paths, and I am growing yearn of kindness. I have not watched another serve on my side in bloodshed in time, and we plan to spread blood at this camp.
I will promise along the way you'll get your bloodshed as usual, but with these, they shall not die. But if they want to
They
step
serve
forward
us.
to you guys, they
They
will.
will not die in our arms. We will defend who fight on our side. If they fall, our shamans will nurse them.
I'll move up to the edge of the rock near the water
Mm-hmm.
to get closer to the orcs and goblins. And just if they want to reveal themselves and show themselves to you, they will follow behind. If not, then do as you must to them. But they are very friendly, as I know.
So,
Just lean over to
I
Ren.
have,
go for it. Yeah, you
I
guys
have
have a sidebar.
I don't know if I trust these guys, and I'm not too keen on attacking an Lisperian camp.
sorry, really quick.
You're muted. You're thinking. He's reading something.
Can
We're
you,
reading his
can you hear
facial
me?
expressions.
Can you
Now
hear
I
me?
can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, how come you guys can't? Okay, I got a question, DM. At this point in time, have we rested at all since the last encounter?
Nope. You just picked up and started traveling. No one said you were resting, at least not to my knowledge.
Okay, that's great.
You gotta say it. I don't know when you rest. Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Yep.
Yeah, I think we should definitely do the non-confrontational way now. Yeah, I don't know if I trust these guys either.
Camp.
And I don't know how I feel about the war yet. I mean, I was DM backstory, I guess. Was I part of this war at all before?
You weren't.
Okay. I think we could. I'll maybe I need to flesh it out with you a little bit more on the back end, but
So
I'm just curious.
what I would say is your travels of what made you broke in the first place and ended you up at the dock in front of these individuals was a search for work. You didn't want to serve in war because of your, everyone always tried to recruit you due to your size and your natural abilities, but you knew serving in war was just death. Like you've seen your brothers, your kin, all of your family, and none of them come back from it. Whether they're still serving or dead, you really don't know. No one writes letters in the Goliath way. But you kind of lost a bit in your previous defense job. You were trying to protect some merchants. Shit went wrong. The merchants sued in a way. There's not really a term suit in this world, but they basically came at you for everything and they took everything off your back, which is why Pills and them found you kind of on the low end of things. And you heard so much about this potential rumor of the Derby that you were like, this is the perfect time to pick up work again. Like, no one knows me if people are coming from out of town. And this happened to be the group in which you got picked and plucked them.
Sounds good. Yeah, I don't know. I think does anybody know who the Lisperians are? Are they non-orc folk? I mean, obviously they are, probably, right?
Correct.
I don't know.
The
Pills.
eastern side of the the west side of the continent.
I feel like we're at a very decisive point here, whether we are for the orcs or we're for the Lisperians. If we are forced to join these orcs,
I don't want to be on either side, to be honest.
I think so too. Okay,
Perception.
I think let's put faith in Azad and just see if he can guide us out of this territory. What do you think?
Orston, you see up ahead, real quick, while you're flying above everyone, you see up ahead that these are not the only orcs and little creatures traveling with them. There's probably about 400 or so feet off in the distance, at least a party of 15 or so. You're not sure if they're directly related, but you would imagine that these creatures must know of each other's, perimeter, so to speak. They are obviously just traveling on their own. They are not coming over here looking for their friends. It's as if they kind of fanned out. But you do know that there is a potential of running into definitely more figures of such. As you see the group on one end and Azad talking to the others and hearing some of the commotion, you realize that the team is at a crossroads of having to figure out whether they push through this, populace and stay allied or friendly and fine, or find another route that keeps you guys out of the eyesight and wisps of those at war.
Could I hear them kind of discussing behind me
Well,
what they're trying to do?
give me a perception check. It's possible because you have good hearing. Orston, do you choose to join your party again, or do you hang out still up top?
I think. Do I know how to use the figurine, the raven?
No, you have not yet attuned to it.
Okay. Then yeah. No, I'm gonna stay back because I feel like landing would just cause undue commotion.
Okay. You stay back
15.
and you watch your party. You hear
I'm gonna
Oh, go ahead. Pills. We'll get to you.
like reach out to Azad with message and just, I think we need you to come back here. Just act real cool. But we need to talk.
My 15 perception do anything?
Yeah, you heard them conversing, and then Pills pops into your head, and he's like, "We need to have a conversation." And you're like, They did say go and talk to them. They did not say you couldn't go back. They did say that go and see what they can offer, etc. They seemed like they were willing to trade, but they weren't okay with someone just walking past them in the middle of this expedition they have.
I'll announce to the orcs and stuff. I'll go back and talk to them. Just give me a second.
Right. Yes, good. And if they have any terms, make it known. We don't have time for surprises and unnecessities.
They won't
Pills,
do no
ask-
surprises.
tell him- Pills, tell him to ask what they're looking for.
No, what do you mean? They're going to the base.
Oh, I thought they said they want some goods to pass. Let us pass.
General provisions in war,
Oh.
They just don't want you to pass freely.
Yeah, I'll reach out
Okay.
again.
As that's halfway back, he gets another.
Never mind. Never mind.
Never mind, just come here.
As that's like, what? As that you head back to your group safely behind the bush. You just hear like just their disgruntled, echoes of throat clearing, etc. You're back with your group out at earshot. What do you guys discuss?
I'll repeat back to them pretty much. Is they are fine with you guys passing, but they don't want you passing freely. Either some kind of goods, or either help the orc domain, orc clan fight the something I can't remember the name of.
Yeah, I don't think we heard that
Lartarians.
part. But I'm not really keen on joining a side of this war, to be honest. Do you know how much we should offer them to just pass freely and not insult them?
I mean, I can try to work something out with them, but I mean, the only thing I can think of is some sort of food, weaponry, maybe some money. I know some orcs aren't money type, but I mean, a little might get them excited and let us pass. They're very picky sometimes, so it just a lot of discussing with them, especially with Bubbly Boy back there. He's a little picky sometimes too. So
I don't think we have a lot of food.
I think he's the hardest one to talk to.
All right, let's see what we can gather around to give them provisions. But do you think they're gonna try to rob us of our equipment and all that stuff?
That's the
I
thing.
doubt
I
not.
don't think we can trust them.
I can talk to them more, but I will make sure they do not rob you of your gear and equipment.
All right. Well, I can offer maybe, and I kind of have my old lance that I used to use before I got my short sword. I can give them my lance if that's one thing. I'd prefer to keep my chainmail just because. Actually, how much is that worth? Oh, it's worth a pretty good amount. I'd like to keep my chainmail just so that way I can sell it in town, so that way we can make some money. Because before we were adventuring, we were really dirt poor, and I'm a poor man.
Insight check as you think really hard. What is it you guys can come up with?
Dang, I wish I could take part in this.
You chose not to.
I know.
Was that just generic, or was it for just one
Insight.
person?
Just you. Dun-dun-dun-dun. You, sir, have a couple things that might be barter worthy in your vessel.
Yeah, I was thinking about those cave fishers.
Not all of them, maybe one, maybe a part of one, maybe a piece of one. They're big. You don't have to reveal it all. It's more or less how you display it. Remember, orcs only believe what they see, and if they believe you got more, then honestly,
I could go in and get like just a big claw. Because claws look impressive, but there's it's just a claw. Most of the meat's like in the body. And
I think you got to give them both claws, just because I feel like if you have one claw, then they know we have the other claw, and that's a
they don't
clawy
know
situation.
They can't
I mean,
see
yeah,
it.
it's not. I wouldn't honestly say that anyone would assume that they actually had that you would have two. Like having one is pretty impressive for a fisher. Let's be real; they're big, they're
How would
large.
they?
It's something you
How
just
would they
carry.
know
Okay.
I'm hiding it somewhere?
Yeah, let's take the one claw and just say this is we're just not good at fighting, and this is all we could spare when we try to escape the fisher.
And we'll offer them the blood from the claw. We'll tell them to drink it, and then
Yeah, maybe if you had something from the apprentice to show them too that we lost someone from our party. I'm just kidding.
Look, do you want me to get the claw or not?
Yeah, I want you to get the claw.
All right, I will hop in and get the claw.
What do you use to take apart the claw?
Just my dagger, I guess.
Oof,
The
man, give me
spade dagger,
some.
and
Give me
I'll
some. Give me like 2 strength rolls.
strength.
Yeah.
Oh my god, in the background, so good.
Huh?
Not a 0.
Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. One more strength. You look good at going through. No one witnesses it, sadly, but man, Pill, it's like one of those things where you're like, if anyone was here, they wouldn't believe it, as you're just like working on just ripping open this thing in like a private storage unit, and you're like, oh, I almost got it there, man. Wrath really would have made this easier. Pills, I need you to roll me a con save, or you're gonna be exhausted coming out of this. You hold tough. You take a deep breath. Whew. If I have to do that again by myself, it's gonna take a toll on my health. But you pop out with a whole claw that's bigger than you. It's probably like a cool 2 feet taller than yourself.
It's like moving a purple mattress.
Okay.
Fucking hate that.
Azok,
It's so heavy.
do you want to take this? It's like mostly resting on the ground.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and pick it up with ease.
This is
The
we offer
lance
this
too, or are we
as-
just gonna try the claw?
Yeah, are you doing the lance also?
doing the what?
I believe Rolly had offered a lance. So are you still offering the lance, Wrath?
Yeah, I'll offer up the lance.
Hold it.
Question. I have this herb kit. Would it help this one guy with this scratchy stuff?
Oh God! You want to treat as boils?
I mean, it's really itchy.
Oh,
I don't know why I have this.
What did you have? Sorry.
Herb kit?
Okay,
wants to use
herbalism
the
kit. Got it. If you wanted to, you can either offer it to them or you can offer to use it on them. You decide on how you wish to approach that.
You want to touch him?
You can just toss it into the kit,
No, I
like bundle.
just give it to him and said it would
Got it.
help.
Okay, so an
I don't
herbalism
have
kit,
this creature.
a
Maybe you're
claw,
gonna offend it.
and a lance. I mean, you
help
don't have to
out.
say what it's for. You can just toss it in there and see if they pick up on it. You don't have to say this one's for you, this one's for you. No.
Yeah, I didn't.
Personally hand them the items,
Don't
Yeah.
worry, Hazad will call it out. You give him something that he seems might work for something, he will call it.
Yeah, just take it.
So I'll take all 3 to the orcs then.
we should come with you this time, like as a,
True.
so it's clear we're bringing this offering in peace.
I think wait a bit, and then if I need to call you guys forward, I'll announce it and have you guys step
Wait.
forward.
Before
Okay.
you
Make sure they
leave,
try the fly.
wait,
Yeah.
hold on. Before you leave, if everything goes south, we should make a password to initiate any trouble,
For
just in
Bananas.
case.
I know.
I'm not saying we
No.
should use it. I'm just saying if you say like,
Bananas.
"Oh, look at that in the sky," and you point to Orston, then we
No,
fight.
don't point to Orson.
Okay, fine. Just point into the water and just be like, "Oh, how many fish are there in this river?" And then they'll be like, "I don't know," and then it's time to blow shit up, and that's the initiating fight.
Let's just beat you up for being a fish enthusiast.
I'll
Shit,
just-
what's it called?
I'll just point
It's
behind them and yell
Bass Pro
behemoth.
Shop. All right.
I'll
sounds
point
good.
behind them and yell behemoth.
All right, sounds good.
All right. I'll go
But
ahead and
we
move
should work
forward
in
to the orcs
Bass
again.
Pro. Are you a Bass Pro?
Are you thinking of Bass Pro because they opened that big ass store here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Have you been to it yet? I heard it's sick.
Yeah, it's pretty gnarly.
Yeah, it's pretty
Pretty
nice.
cool.
I haven't gone yet. Where we live, they just opened one of the biggest Bass Pro shops. So it's like a big hype out here.
I don't remember ever seeing one down there.
Well,
Yeah, it's definitely new. It just popped out this year.
that's just
Nonetheless, you guys want to go with a herbalism kit, a lance, and a massive claw. And you wish to offer that as trade. Do you wish Azad to be the one to offer it, or do you guys all come out as a group and say, here's what we got?
I think Azad suggested he would go
Yeah.
himself.
Okay. Azad, you
Yeah.
wrap all this stuff in a assumed cloth and you drag it out with you and you pull it out and immediately you see the one with the warts, the uterus.
So,
He smells the air. What is that? It stings my eyes. It's hard. It's not a fisher. He looks excited, even though his eyes are all watery. Yes, if it's a fissure, which is technically what it is.
yeah, they offered some things I have here.
Where did they get
Tell me
this
it's
fissure?
okay.
And those are deep in the dwells. And where did you find them? Were they spies in the
Hey.
cave below?
No, like I told you, they ventured too far north. They didn't mean to get in the orc domain.
This is good. We can light many fuels with such claws. Yes. What else do you offer us?
They have offered this giant claw, a herbalism kit, and this land.
That can heal basic wounds. We can throw that at an enemy and skewer multiple in a single throw.
Yep.
We'll accept this as a one-time passage. If we ever come across you again, Azad, we will remember. We've heard rumors of those you bring. They pay. These ones trade. We accept, but we will remember.
Hey, remember the ones I brought through last time and they kind of turned on me? So, I mean, I give you guys full access. If these people decide to turn on me, whatever, I step back, you do your work. But I have a great feeling these are great people.
They agree to your terms. Full access to their lives if they feel like they fuck up. Totally fine. They like that. Feels that everyone hears that and they're like, fuck. Now you guys are on ice. They like you for now, but if you go bad, Ozla basically offered you up as slaves or a meal.
Why did he say that last bit? He could have just left that out.
Ozla, do you waver them out to cross?
I have
or-
great feeling about you guys. Yeah, I'll waver them out to cross with me.
They tell 3 of their little goblins to leave and head back with the rest of the decision, and the other 2 and the 1 goblin wait as they watch all of you guys. This rock is the safest rock for you guys to pass, but you guys are free to do any willy-nilly nonsense. Or I guess right here would be pretty safe too. You see the little goblin. Hey, look at them. That one is tiny like me, and that one is too. I think they could totally join all together. We could just throw on a little bomb on their back and let them run into the building with us. We'll light theirs first. Make sure they look. As he looks at Pills and Martin in excitement.
I've already got my
No,
own.
they're not going to join you guys in your suicidal work.
But if they needed to, they'd be the perfect size. Look at me. They could take my pack right off my back.
They're not going to. You goblins are meant for that. That's your thing. It's not theirs.
How do we
They
know
are
they're
not.
goblins?
They are not brain lost like you. They have some
That one's
thoughts.
blue.
All right. They
He
don't.
could be
They're
a
not
goblin.
killers.
I've heard of them blue buds in the Van Kui continent. They look like him, I think. This is true. You guys have all heard of the rumors that the goblins on Van Kui are called blue bloods because they bleed blue and they are blue. You've never seen them here, but it is known that the blue blood goblins do roam Van Kui, and there is a particular group that has made them known called the Rom Dom. And they are in the hazy desert and they murder everything they cross. They are some of the most lethalest goblins ever to exist that you guys have ever heard rumors of, but they've never been seen on the continental Hesperia.
I mean, if you want to
They're
give
not
me
like
your
those
bomb, I'll
goblins.
take it.
Mm-hmm. So you'll take the satchel.
No,
Pills.
don't trust the goblins. Just let them keep their explosives. Let them do their crazy boomy bomby things.
Sorry.
I've got you guys through right now. We don't want to risk them trying to kill us. Or you guys,
It's
specifically.
real light. It's probably like 4 pounds. I think you'll be
I
all
mean,
right.
I would, but you heard him. I can't.
I'll do this. He takes it off and sets it down. In case you want one. And he leaves it there and he takes off.
I'll go ahead and just snatch it up since he's offering it, but keeping it like arm lengths out. I'll just keep my arms stiff far away from me just in case if I need to throw it.
Alright, so let me just move you guys over to this side real quick. As you see these 2 orcs stay their grounds, the goblins leave. You grab the bomb, you're holding it, you're holding the satchel kind of like just at arm's length. And you see the one hitting it spoils. That fish, where did you find it? As you look, so he just speaks to all of you in just ominous, and he's not directing it anywhere.
Underground?
Another one pops. Lord, I meant where underground. I sent a party. They
Somewhere between here and Clasped. Underground. That's as much as we know. We kind of got turned around down there.
You
Which
hear
is how
that
we
other
ended up
one.
here.
You hear this one go. Didn't you hear them say that they were lost here? They went too far north, you buffoon. Let them go through. As he looks at the traits, he's excited. They're both very excited for that claw. They're just like, I am like, God damn, that's exciting. Well, you all travel, but if we see your pack again, we'll remember. You are good, but do not ever become bad. They stand there and just watch as you guys. You successfully walk through and avoid any other groups along the way. As you do, what is your guys' plan? Continue onward down the trail and onto the path of home, or take a short rest, or take a long rest?
I really want to rest. I need some health
Yeah.
back.
Ooh, we should
You
long
see
rest.
Orston fly right back to come join you guys like, what was that about?
I think we should rest, but should we move a little bit away from here and off the road, maybe?
Yes, I agree. Can you
Quickly,
find us a
as you
good spot?
mentioned that, Azad would be able to tell you guys that ironically, roads are not used by the orcs for the very purpose of them being exposing. So it'd probably be safer finding the road and camping on it. Because you'd be passing traders, maybe some smugglers, maybe some thieves, which are much more better than an entire warband traveling in secret to blow up a camp.
Yeah, it's
Let's
very
do-
possible I could
I have
kind
a
of
thought.
like work with the thieves to get them to go away.
We can hide next to a road somewhere.
Sure.
That sounds good.
You
But we
guys
do
find-
need to take a long rest. I'm tapped out on magic.
I can
You guys
set
find
alarm again.
yourselves here on this end of the area. You guys
Nothing
see a
bad will
small,
come
little,
with it,
beautiful
right?
statue. Never. I just like a lot of visuals. You guys arrive and you see the little river lake in which you guys jumped over coming into a fork here. This seems to be a long trek making it to this point out of the way of any threats. Where in this particular zone would you guys feel safest setting up a cake?
Oh my gosh. So many scary places.
You guys are free to investigate the entire map. You can move you guys' characters anywhere at this
Are we
point.
across the river
Imagine.
already?
You
Sorry,
guys can. You
said
guys
we were
crossed
over.
one, and then you found this part, but you guys can easily go into it and pass it. It's not like super.
Oh, okay. We didn't go over
Side
yet.
of the river, though.
Say it again.
I said, do we just want to stay on this side of the river
You could.
and
It's up
camp?
to you guys.
I don't see myself.
That's because you weren't there when I highlighted.
Fine.
To be fair, my
Okay.
bad.
Oh.
Here you go. Boop, boop.
Whoa! Oh no, my
You're
thing
right.
changed again.
You're what?
My token changed back to the normal bird.
Oh, you know why? It's because it's you have to do it on the actual cheat sheet. What's that?
There's
got
a
it.
statue here. There's
Yeah, I was gonna
Wait a minute,
ask how to
guys.
change the one on my sheet.
Maybe
got
you.
you. I'll work on it.
Selfish.
Yeah, I wanted to ask, do you recognize anything on Miss Ellie? Is there something familiar? Because we are kind of in the woods.
Yeah. You go ahead and give me a survival at advantage.
I'll go ahead and search around as well, I guess.
Oh, that was almost a 19.
I'll pop down on all fours, give myself a good old advantage in stealth.
Hazel, as you survey the immediate area, you get the sense there's some safe berry bushes where there's good berries growing, and they're so. In my world, you would know this, Hazel. Maybe pills. Give me a history check. Let's just see if you remember. The rest of you guys, I would say Orston would know this because he's a bird folk. For you, Azad, give me a survival check to see if you've ever done it before. Pills, you absolutely understand this. I would say that Wrath never discovered this in his time because there would be no reason for you to have any part in it. Azad, what'd you roll?
24 with a nat 20.
Got it. You all, except Wrath, understand that the good berries and the nature aspect have a bit of a tough taste. They do the exact same effect, but if you roll bad on a con check, you got the shits. So sometimes when you need to survive, eating them is helpful, but could be detrimental to your well-being in the upcoming situation. Though using them as a force feed to others could be a great way of disturbing one's solution normally. Back in the day, when Goodberry was overpowered, I had changed it to be that when they used spells to cast Goodberry, that they had to have originally first known that the original plant existed. After a long use of Goodberry plants, we ended up realizing that the develop of them has been so tart that they are not good for the human digestive tract, raw off the plant, as it takes juicing and preparations to make sure that they are vital to not harm with the acidities in which they gander from the Feyres of the natural world. You find plenty of goodberry plants, and it would make sense that they're all here because anything that would eat it with a weak stomach would falter and most likely die just sitting here to anything that could consume it in its weakness. Orston does not fall under these effects because he is of bird kin. Azad doesn't either, but as a meat eater, he doesn't really care for them, but if he needs to add some flavor, he can. Miss Ellie can also consume them safely. Hazel and Pills know that if they eat them, they have to take them slowly, and it can help curve the save, making it a little easier to resist the urge. Rolly, you've never ever gone berry hunting, so this just looks cool.
Does anybody have any rations?
I think so.
I think I have some. Also, I sent you a sort of edited picture. It might look better on the table. It might not look so squished.
I do have a question, DM,
Yeah,
as well.
20-minute crop. Yeah. Mhm.
When can paladins change spells? Is that only during long rest, or?
That's a good question.
We should probably just take a long rest, right?
Yeah, that's very true.
And
then
after you finish a long rest, yes.
Okay. And then my follow-up question is, based off your explanation, or you know what? I'll just chance it later. Never mind. We'll just wait.
Got it.
All right.
I would assume that you guys have enough rations to get through today with these. Though you are realizing that it's been some time since you guys have been back, and you guys are running low on supplies. It's no threat to you now because you figure that you'll make it home no problem within a day or so. However, here at this camp, you wonder what else you might discover. While you guys are taking a long rest, is there anything before everyone goes down that you'd like to plan as a team?
Before we going to rest, let's just do cast alarm again on our
You got
spot.
it?
Are we staying on this side, or do we want to search around a little bit more? I see a huge rock over on the north side. Do we want to try to explore that, or do we want to use a rock as our kind of our protection for our backs?
I mean, probably rocks will be better.
I wonder if just staying on this side of the river might just be the safest.
Why don't we just camp right
We're
here?
disconnected
You guys
from
seen the
road.
Mummy 1, right?
Yeah.
Sorry?
You know, you're on the wrong side of the river. I have all the horses. You know, it's always, what is the wrong side?
It's funny. I love that one.
I think we should camp on the stones here because they seem a little more defensible. They have like
And
some
you see the one
cover.
guy with wings, like, we should go to the high.
Yep.
Yeah, but then people would see us earlier.
Not the
Fire would
orcs,
really
though,
be
right?
obvious. I mean, you're going to have a camp.
Azad, do you think the orcs would attack us at night?
Would I know that?
If they saw something they weren't aware of, they'd investigate it. If it was non-threatening, they may impose themselves. If it's non-threatening and out of the way, they'll avoid it. It really depends on how it looks to them. I mean, if you guys are over here putting
So,
up, stakes and everything, putting a little barrier around and saying, "Hey, you shall not pass," then of course they might find that odd because it's their territory. But if you guys are just camping, I don't imagine you guys would be assaulted because, excuse me, the immediate group knows of you guys' existence at this time.
kind of. I mean,
Relatively safe, unless there was like a really low roll.
yeah. So I think we shouldn't. Let's just throw up a fire or a little campfire, so we don't raise too much attention or worry towards us, and I think we should be good.
I kind of like
AZEREP sounds
the
good.
idea of crossing the river. I'm a little bit of a risky person, and I like camping by new things. So those rocks look good to me, but I'm down for whatever the team wants
I
to do.
like it. I've never seen this rock before. I want to sit with it.
This is new. Hey, it's rock.
You guys cannot.
I haven't seen a rock outside. I've only seen
I
rocks
don't know if
down
you guys ever
below.
heard this before, but you can split the camp.
Yeah,
I
that
camp
does not
alone.
sound like a good idea.
No, they
Pills,
can
that
cast
sounds like a
alarm
great
just on one
idea.
spot.
Bills, come
This
on.
place is
Let's
already
just camp
alarmed.
over by the rock. Just kidding.
Okay.
Don't you love rocks? Don't you want to tell me what this rock is?
Sure, we'll go to the rocks. Rock me,
What do you guys want to do? You guys don't have to listen to me either. I'm just Wrath is just a big risk taker.
We can.
Miss Ellie and Hazel would just stay where we are right now.
She like sits
Well,
down.
if Hazel thinks it's best to be over here, then we can just stay here.
So then the order of watches would be what? And then we need 3 watches throughout this long rest. Who will be the first?
I'll go first.
Bills?
But I'll leave Charles awake and going all night.
You got it. Charles is present the entire period. Who takes the second watch?
I can take the second
Uh-huh.
one. I would like to short rest before all of this, though, just to use up my hit die.
Got it. Well,
If it's
you'd
possible.
be resting already, so you can already proc those things. So that's fine.
Okay, we'll do.
The third watch would be who?
I'll do it.
I'll do it too.
Okay, Orson and team. All right. Miss Ellie gets an entire long rest. She likes that. She goes in hibernation mode. You guys see a big old bubble of snoring up here.
No. You did.
With
Okay.
that,
Where is it?
what?
Oh, wherever we want. Yeah, I mean, I cast it wherever we want.
Yeah, I mean, she basically popped it, and I'm assuming that the alarm is surrounding you guys as a whole. I wouldn't cheat you guys on
Like
that.
somewhere maybe not. Yeah, next to the elf figure.
Scoot you guys closer.
Yeah,
So-
somewhere there.
With the evening coming and you guys resting and relaxing, Pills, you take the first watch with Charles. Do you have Charles kind of survey the area or do anything fancy outside of your own well-being?
Yeah, he's just gonna circle the camp, just high enough that he can get a good view of the area, with special kind of attention on the road coming up from this rock and coming up from the north and the south.
You got it. Okay. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
With Charles.
Can Hazel also be at some watch, like with someone? I don't know.
Yeah, you want to join Pills? You can join Pills as Miss Ellie rests.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm with Pills, yeah.
Got it. Go ahead and give me a survival also. And sorry, survival for Hazel, and then Pills. What are you doing during the watch?
I guess Hills is just going to be more looking back the way we came, like to the right of the river, to the east of the river, if we're doing a north-south thing.
Got it. Okay.
To make sure that there's nothing coming from, our side of the river.
You got it. So, as you go about just kind of watching and guarding the general area in obvious hopes of everything going well and favorable, you notice the water trickles in a unique way. It's almost as if it listens, even though there's no immediate moonlight above. And as you look down at it, it's as if something is slowly rising. It's not a fish, it's not a creature, it's more like an item. Do you do anything before it hits the surface?
Yeah, I'll come over here, and if I notice it, I'll try and reach in and get it with mage hand.
Put your mage hand inside, and as the mage hand comes into contact with it, you see something. You feel the mage hand disconnect as you see the item finally float to the surface, and it is none other than. You want to take a guess?
Not the apprentice, or
Is it the
Oh,
manic-
the orc.
The what?
The manacles that were with the apprentice when he went in. You see that it absorbed your spell upon touching the lock. The manacles are by themselves, but there's a small little piece of paper with it that's not wet in any way. And it says, "I'm still alive."
I'm gonna reach in and get it.
You grab the manacles and nothing happens when you come into contact with it. In fact, it almost feels sedated at this time. You pick them up and they feel a little weightier, and they have this weird hue to it. It's almost as if you can hear the screams and echoes of whatever happened the moment he went in, and then it fades over you. Do you share this with anyone, or do you keep it to yourself?
Well, I mean, in the middle of the night, I'm not going to tell anybody
True.
now.
I'm awake.
Do you show
I'm
Hazel?
probably-
You got it. Hazel is off scouting elsewhere. Hazel, you notice something also. You hear conversations happening from a camp not too far, and it is not orcish in nature. Do you scout further ahead to hear more?
How far is it away?
Maybe a couple 100 feet.
I guess maybe I kind of.
Give me a stealth check at
walk-
advantage.
A what?
Stealth at advantage.
Oh, okay.
Well, it wasn't a 1, so that's good. You creep through the bushes and you kind of hear a. I just went and skinned that raccoon, and I tell you that it doesn't taste as meaty as them possums. I agree. Those possums were really quite something nice, especially the little litter in which they had with them. I'd say that at least made up more than this provided us. There. Be happy you got the nourishment. Traveling these woods is dangerous with these orcs going about. As long as we keep our armor and gear away, they won't ever discover us. Well, you say that, but who's to say that they won't pick up our tone? Us Westerners, we really don't have much of an accent for the East. We don't know anything here. So what if they question? Well, you leave that to me. Usually a slice on the neck makes sure that everything else stays quiet. You know that will only work so often. Without solitude and with a large crowd and witness, we'll never escape with our lives, or at least without having to look over our shoulders. Look, we're spies. Our one job is to just make sure that we don't get caught and we get back with the information they want. So either you man it up, or I'll just slip yours here. Hazel, do you stay there and wait for more, or do you head back to your camp?
Before I decide, does she recognize one of the voices?
Give me a
Or
history
does
check.
she see them? Is she just
Okay,
hearing
give me a
them?
perception check. Give me a perception first. Let's see if you visualize their campsite.
Maybe not. Well,
You see two hooded figures. One of them is quite large, probably about like rat size, and the other is smaller, more petite, like your build, but both of them are male in nature from your understanding. Neither of the voices are elvish in any way. They both sound very human in matter, just a large human and a smaller human. Neither of them seem to have any kind of gusto of other special species or race.
I guess I'm heading back. And
You head
maybe
back?
yeah, and telling Pills about this.
What do you tell Pills? As Pills is distracted in his own right.
Hey, Pills! I found another camp. Not even far from here.
Where? This side of the river?
Sure. I think it was this side, right? It
Yeah.
was just like north.
Yeah.
I heard two men speaking. Then I tell him like what I heard, like that what I kind of saw, that one was like a little bigger, one was like smaller. But it didn't like seem that they're like kind of, I mean, dangerous for us, I would say. We just also have a campsite there. I'm assuming.
They didn't see you?
No, not that I'm aware of.
Okay. Then I'm gonna send Charles
You sent Charles over.
above that camp and specifically have him watch the people at that camp. If anyone
Charles,
leaves that camp,
okay,
he's to tell whoever's on watch immediately that somebody left.
you got it. Charles heads over and informs you that they have found the location telepathically. It is within range of them speaking to you. Who do you wake up for the second watch? I mean, we already know who's claiming the second watch, but do you choose to wake them up with this information?
We'll just wait for now until the next watch. And when the next watch comes up, so we'll just keep an eye on them until the next watch. And then we'll just tell the next watch that they're there,
Charles,
that we're watching them.
Charles informs you that one does a perimeter check. They don't go far. They're probably maybe 20, 25 feet from where their campsite is. They wouldn't, with that distance, they'd never find you guys on accident. But they are constantly vigilant, and neither of them are resting. It is now your guys' watch.
Who was second watch?
I believe it was, Wrath.
Yeah.
I think we should wake up Ruff now.
Yeah, but so we'll wake up Wrath. So Wrath, there's another camp of sounds like two people. They sound relatively threatening, but they don't know we're here. And I don't want to. Sorry?
They're threatening? They're a threat?
They sound like a threat. Let's keep our voices
Oh,
down.
okay. Okay. All right.
It's heard something and it just sneaked up a little bit closer.
You know, I don't want to wake up everybody and make sure we get a rest. Because they don't know we're here. And Charles is over there watching them. And he'll come and tell us if they move.
Okay. Sounds good. And that was north, correct?
Give or take.
Yeah.
North at an angle. Yeah. Like offset,
Okay.
basically. Yeah.
Sounds good. Okay.
So,
You pointed. I know.
yeah.
Got it.
As you take the mantle, what do you do during your watch?
Let's see here. There's nothing. I guess I would just guard. I would just walk the perimeter around a little bit, keeping mostly an eye on the east side.
Okay.
Just because I know that's where most of the land is. And then every now and then, just take a look at the skies above, knowing that we're going to go back into the city and I won't be able to see as many stars.
As you look at the skies above, give me a wisdom save.
I mean, I wouldn't get lost in the stars, but yeah, just kidding.
You're gonna be counting them soon. Who knows? See that? Nice.
Ooh.
You look up at the stars and you see a heritage of education from your upbringing as who you are. Back at your clan, the stars were not just guides. Like you see the seamen and the pirates, those on the brisk of the waters contact. For you, it's stories. It's not the Little Dipper. It's the Great Gargantuan. It's not the meteors of Saturn. It's the Terrasquay. Everything in the sky is bigger than what is here, is what your teachings are. You believe you are the giants of this land, but you are taught that you are never the giant. There's always bigger, which is what keeps you guys so fierce and willing to fight and combat anything that comes against you. It is your valor that provides your guys' oomph into life. When you look up, you see a gorgeous sky of clarity. Smog doesn't necessarily exist. The greenhouse effect hasn't kicked in, but it's still much clearer out here than it is at class. Just the noise and the ambiance of silence is enough to make you feel like this is a prime seating. You see a star fly across the sea. Somewhere off in the distance, you hear a calamity of explosion. You look around and nobody wakes up. It doesn't sound close at all. Was it the star? Was it not? You sit there and wonder. You know you guys are safe. Is there anything else you wish to do before your watch is up?
I guess I also probably would have taken the watch with Martin as well, and I would have just kind of just patted him on the back, tell him, I'm really proud that he's the last Ravine alive on this adventure, and that proud he learned words of radiance.
He's like,
I'm like, yes.
He seems to feel sad about his fallen comrades. It almost seems as if they were direct family. And it sounds like he misses those that are still at or Travis Jr., for that matter. But he nods to you, pats your shoulder or your massive bicep, whatever it is that he can reach, maybe your thigh, and just acknowledges yes. Venturing by your side has so far been fruitful to his survival.
Cool.
With your
Thank you
watch
for learning.
ending, he's like,
I would tell him, like, thank you for learning magic from me too. I'll try to teach you as much as I can.
yeah, I imagine you guys are like
Maybe
sitting
one
by
day
this
you will
like
become paladin.
you guys are standing by this destroyed shrine of sorts, and he touches the rock and he mends it.
Yes, and we just start mending. Just kidding.
Yeah, you guys just start fixing random shit to show off that he could do it. As such, your watch has ended. Charles has not communicated with you in any way, so you feel like the perimeter is secure. Do you wake up the other two, Orston and
Yeah.
Azad?
Yeah, I'll wake up Orston and Azad.
Do you relay any
Like, hey,
information to them?
it's time to wake up. It's your guys' watch. Pills and Hazel discovered another camp just north at an angle.
Did
Over
they say
there. They
how
don't
far?
seem
That way.
to be close by. They do seem to be
Nice.
people who would hurt other people if they knew they were there. So
I guess I can
you
go
know,
check that out.
yeah, I would just try to be discreet about it.
Yep.
If you get into some mess, you know, you can always wake us up. You've done a lot of good for us, just getting us down here closer to the city. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem.
So what you're saying is they might have some stolen goodies.
It
Or I
seems
might
like
come back with stolen goodies.
it seems like if you two come back, happy hunting. And don't wake me up because I really want to finish my sleep.
Don't
But
worry.
yeah, take care of yourselves, guys. I hope I see you guys in the morning. And I just like immediately hit the sack. And then I'll be like, Pills. The apprentice misses you. And then
You
just
whisper into Pill's
and,
mind. Pills, give me a wisdom save as you see if this haunts your sleep.
He's worm tonguing you.
Whiz save?
I'll just be like,
Wisdom save, yeah. See if it punctures your mind.
Oh, damn.
I mean, you're already thinking about it because of what you found, but Wrath popping that into your mind, you're just kind of like, his watch must be over, and you just kind of roll over, and you just stay focused and you sleep. As Azad and Orston are now away from your rest, what is it you two do? Do you discuss anything together before going about your own desires?
Do I claim the long rest now, or do we do it once it's all over?
You know, I'm going to share something with you guys. No one ever asks me that. They just assume that until I tell them they could do it, they could do it. But theoretically, you rested already because you're not going to rest anymore. So you can rock it now, yes.
Okay.
Always like a double-edged sword if you go into combat.
Like, for instance, Pill
I'll
obviously wouldn't have gained it, but now he would. So it's kind of like one of those, like, situational things. But no, really, like, honestly, all the other parties, they are so bad at resting. They go, like, 4 sessions, and they're like, oh my God, guys, when's the last time we rested? And they're like, 5 exhaustions in, next one's death. Like, like they're totally drained and they're just going and they don't stop. And I'm like, guys, you can take a rest. And they're like, no, you're gonna kill us. And I'm like, okay, like, sure. But it's a thing.
So I'll explain to Orston that I'm going to go examine the approximately two people camping up north from us.
I'll come with you.
Either that works. I was going to say either I'll relay the message or you'll see me come back bleeding and having meat in my mouth. So, but if
You
you're
might
coming with, I guess we'll go ahead and do it.
So
you might want to let me go in first. I can fly over real silently and see what they're up to.
I can stealth in there on all fours, so it's all good.
So both of you guys seem to want to pursue these subjects. As you do, both of you give me stealth checks, one from the air and one from the ground.
Here's
Would
go. One.
Would me
At
being on
advantage.
all fours and kind of lower to the ground give me like an advantage?
Yeah,
Or
both of you guys have advantage going into this. Call it out when you do roll.
27.
Yeah, I got you, Orston. Sorry, I meant his because I don't see it.
17.
Gotcha. Orston, you fly over. You see the camp immediately. There are two subjects just as described. One is large, very similar to Wrath. The other is smaller, very similar to Hazel. The 17, Azad, as you run through, you do find the camp too. You look up and you see Orston has the better view, you hold. This seems to be a strike. You guys aren't looking, assumingly you guys are looking to kill, but because Orston had the higher roll, he gets to get information first. Can you give me a perception check, Orston, as you fly over quietly, giving no shadow, making sure that where it is you fly does not permit anything overhead to give them signal? You peer down. The smaller man has a mark on his left hand. It is belonging to the Lathers. The Lathers is a subsidiary of the organization in which you believe to be the thieves of your artifact. They are dangerous.
Oh no. I think they're about to die. Orston, I
Proceed.
would say Orston doesn't get outwardly mad, but he has some killing intent, I would say. He's inwardly mad.
You know where your ally is residing in the bushes. Do you attempt to join him and inform him of such? Or do you just decide on your own?
How close are you, Azad?
That's up to the DM. How close would I be to?
I would say the two of you guys are averaging between um, I'd say that Orston is probably sitting at least 70 feet up to be out of sight, out of mind, with no shadows casting at this moment, which you can easily situate yourself to come back to your ally. I'd say Azad is probably 45 feet away. You guys know that both of them are awake and conscious, neither of them are sleeping. Azad, give me a perception check from where you stand.
Perception. See if I can find it. Be a 17 again.
You do hear a conversation going about. Orston, you also hear their voices. I don't know. I was thinking the other day that if I just decided not, then perhaps nothing would happen. Nah, you're crazy, man. I'm telling you. These are the ones that matter. There's no one else. There should be a happenstance of configuring or something or anything. We just go in there, take out the one, and leave. We keep it real simple. There's no reason for us to argue with them further. Well, the larger one is the deeper voice. And let me move you guys. I'm just gonna create a mini scene over here on the left where you two are. Grab your tokens. Putting you guys this way. Obviously, it's not the exact location of their camp, but this is just for reference of positioning. And Orston, you could be somewhere flying above, etc. We had previously mentioned 70
North.
ish.
At an angle.
It's north at an angle. This is just because I didn't
Yeah,
want to pull
north
them
at
to
an
another map. Here, and north at an angle. I can do that. There's plenty of
Perfect.
map. North at an angle. Boom. Just like that. So you see them sitting there. This is not direct from where they are. They're much further away. But just for happenstances of if combat were to occur, they stare at this. You hear them continue. The smaller one is the hooded one. I think you're just on the wrong path. Your giantism is just too big for your mental ambition. Friend, if you stick with me, I will show you what a simple little flick can do to another. In fact, my words alone can kill someone. What? Your words? That's blasphemy. Ha! If anyone were to listen to me, they definitely feel a bit of mind waves that definitely crush whatever thoughts they thought they had in their head before they met me. After all, an assassin of my stature doesn't leave any blood behind. The two of you hear all this. How do you wish to respond?
So you said there's a big one and like a smaller guy?
Hmm.
Who has the tattoo?
The hooded one.
That's the smaller one?
Yep.
Okay.
There you go. Visual size.
I mean, who was talking about their words
The
and
smaller one.
whatnot? Smaller guy. Okay, so he
The
might be a
actual
threat.
assassin. So
I want to fly down to Azad.
okay.
Not
Orson, real quick, can you give me a history check since you recognize Lither's signal? Ooh, man. The Lathers are a small elite group called the subsidiary of the Laniers. The Laniers is an organization that steals any and all artifacts from anyone, and they use them for mischievous needs. They are, in their own self, a guild, a thieves guild. However, Lanier is a high named public officer in the Lisperian government, and you know this, Orson. If anyone else were to hear the name, they might know it too. Azad does not know the name Lanier. Lathers are also not recognized by Azad because they shouldn't be here. Orson, the fact that this man is here is because he's hunting for something. What it is, you don't know. He's talking as if he knows what he's talking about. You could challenge them, but you know that these assassins are specialized. He has a skill. You don't know what it is. It could kill. And that's with a nat 20.
I feel like we have two options here, Azad. We either go
Okay.
and get the others and all jump them, or we can try to take these guys out. I'll take the right, you take the left. I think
So
we need to capture the little one, though, if possible.
our what kind of class are you? So I know what
Phantom
I'm.
Rogue.
Phantom Rogue. Okay. So I will say we can try to take these guys on alone first. What I'm thinking is I'll take the small guy because I'm gonna kind of sneak in there or charge in there, whatever works. Uh, cast action surge before we do start an initiative, and I'll end up pouncing on him, doing double claw attacks, and then also biting him, which will poison him as well.
If you can. I heard him talking about his voice. Try to
Go for his
uh,
face and throat. Yeah.
crush his voice box if you can, I guess.
Gotcha. I was thinking the exact same thing.
I think we need him alive, though. I need some information out of him, so I guess try to gag him or something.
Reem.
Both of you guys give me stealth checks.
Okay.
Push his voice box, but let him keep telling secrets.
We need to
23.
interrogate him, basically.
Okay. And what's your stealth? Oh, 19. Okay. 19, 23. Okay, one second.
Okay. So, yeah, we can sneak up on them. I take the smaller guy, and you take the big guy.
What is the big guy's race?
He looks humanoid in nature. He's like Mice and Men. He's Barry.
Okay.
I think we should keep the big guy because he can't do anything. At least we know verbally. Because if we try to keep this one that can verbally cast whatever they were talking about, I think that might be an issue.
Yeah, but his tattoo is very important to me.
Where
Those
was his
people,
tattoo at?
his hand.
Azad, can you please give
Easily,
me
I can take.
a wisdom
I can
saving
take that
throw?
hand off.
Azad.
Wisdom saving throw. Okay.
You guys both
Uh-oh.
hear. Now, let's not be hasty. Perhaps introductions are in order.
17.
You just make it as you feel a spell come over you and you shake it off. It was going to paralyze you in place. You guys are now in initiative.
I guess I'll
Dang.
see what my initiative falls at. Oh, 26 with the nat 20.
26.
God damn.
Alright. 26. Got that.
This is not going to go as planned.
Begin. You feel a spell come over you immediately. You guys actually both go first. That's in your favor. Yeah, wow. 26, 24, 22. Wow. You immediately hear this smaller individual walk up to you guys as if he knew you were there the whole time. And he's like, no, that's not any way to greet yourselves to another man's camp, is it? As you immediately shake off the effects that were trying to overcome you, Azad, how do you respond?
I guess I'll charge at him, and
Okay.
since I didn't get to do my second wind, I get 2 attacks. Swing my great axe at him, I
You
guess.
dash sort of. Orston, shit's going down. You swing.
26 to hit.
He smiles. You hit him. He's like, no, this is going to be interesting.
13 for damage.
You see as if he takes a sidestep and it nicks him, but it's not anything vital. Follow up.
I'll go ahead and swing again at him.
You got it.
Another 26.
You hit.
Oh, that's quite the bar.
17 for damage.
Perhaps you need to hear my tales. As you slash at him twice, he manages to take the hit. He gets hit, but it's nothing seriously vital against him as he's kind of going with the flow and kind of you imagine Orston from your perspective that this man is studying his targets. Anything else, Azad?
Oh, action surge is an action, isn't it? Damn.
Yes.
Or is that special?
I don't know. To be fair, it might be a bonus, but let's see.
It says other, like an action in combat.
It's a
It's a
special.
special.
So it's so you can only use it once right now if you wish to. To take an additional attack. You won't be able to use it till your next rest. Your next short
Yeah, I'll go ahead and use it against this big guy since that's who I'm fighting.
You mean the little one? Or were you attacking the big guy?
Oh,
You're in front of the little guy.
oh, I'm fighting the little guy.
Oh, did you want to attack the big guy the whole time?
Who was the one that was talking to us?
The little one with the voice.
Okay, I'm attacking the
Yeah.
little guy again.
Got it. Okay, so you hit him twice. You go in for a third attack with your action surge.
Okay, that's 24 to hit.
That hits.
And 14 for damage.
Got it. You see Orston as Azad keeps his word with you. He goes in and just. You see this man do expert maneuvers. He takes the hits, but he does not look faltered in any way. As Azad stands there in a fight, you see the larger individual. You speak too loud. They heard us. They all get ready. You know, Orston, after your turn, they will take their actions, and it could be deadly. What do you do?
I'm going to say I want to use cunning action to hide.
Okay.
And get probably like beside or behind him.
Got it. You dash, end up behind him in your silenceness.
And I'm gonna go for a full venom attack.
Got it. You activate the venom.
Damn.
You swing. He's also. Oh. He looks at you. When he looks at you, Orston, you guys make eye contact, and his eyes wide. He's like, oh. He gets so excited when he sees you. And when you make contact with his eyes, you know he recognizes you. Not necessarily that you know him, but you're. Let's be real. They stole from you. They know who the fuck you are.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't personally know you, but he's absolutely heard rumors of an individual Alkin who might be trying to come back to get his shit. He looks at you with excitement as you miss the first attack. Is there anything else you could do?
Not really. No, actually.
Swing, Hazard. You see that he makes no purchase, and he turns around. With that, you see this individual stand his ground. He goes, now that I have you both here, allow me to allure you with what I have achieved. And he begins to speak. I need both of you guys to give me wisdom saving throws. I am known
You said
as
wisdom?
Quinn. Yes. And I am an assassin that can do things that your minds would not even imagine. Now imagine if you were to fall at your knees and beg me for mercy just because I told you to. How would that make you feel? What would
19.
you? 19. You guys both take half of this. He picks up that it doesn't work immediately, but he watches you guys both take a stutter as you take half of 39 points of damage. Being
Could I
19,
use uncanny dodge on that to have
you
it again?
cannot uncanny
Darn.
dodge verbal language. It's psychic damage. As you guys take this mental fortress, just both of you resist it because naturally you guys warned each other that this would be dangerous. However, as it quickly pulls Orston's vitality, you realize that this man is serious. He goes, Now don't think that I was just going to ask you all to stomp. Please, I do have more for you. Perhaps this creature before me. What is your name? I must know. Azad, I need another wisdom saving throw, as he just seems enveloped in your guys' approach. He just is excited for company.
Nat 20 plus 1, so 21.
Okay, you still take half. I need the other three of you to give, including Miss Allie and Martin, to give me perception checks to see if you guys wake up. This man is not quiet. He is bellowing his orchestra. You take 32 points of damage, as he is literally
Oh
just
no.
teasing the two of you. He is not even trying. He's standing there just, here I am, the most arrogant of them all. And yet you
What
two
was
think
the
you're
thing?
enough. No, for you
Perception.
guys it was perception, yeah. Wrath, you wake up. Miss Allie kind of snores. Martin humbles. Hazel wakes up, her ears perk. I didn't see pills.
Sorry, yeah.
No, you're good. Everyone but Martin and Miss Ellie, you guys all awake and notice that your two allies are missing. You immediately hear Pills Charles go, They're fighting them, they're fighting them, they're fighting them. It's just like, that's what wakes you up. Like,
Fuck! Jesus Christ!
with that,
Fine, maybe we can sneak up then.
the
I
giant
knew
goes
they were gonna
next.
fight.
He walks up, he goes,
Um,
you get off him. Oh, sorry, I was just waking you guys up.
I'm doing a long rest now.
do we get?
You
Yeah,
guys
do
get,
we
yeah,
get
you
our
guys
long
can
rest?
proc, both, all three of you can proc your long rest. As you see a
Thank God.
massive spear come behind Azad. Nat 20 and a
Ooh.
1. Very nice. As Azad gets shanked in the back for an additional 11 points. Orston, things are looking bad on your side.
So how much damage is that?
So you are currently sitting, you took 11, but you're currently at 29 on my record.
So I took 11.
Is that matching yours?
Is that 11 double?
No, that's 11 from the crit, but you did take 32 from the arrogant, from the Supreme Mockery, and then you took a 19 from the Quill's Fable. So you took quite a chunk.
Wasn't one or two of those halved because I
Nope,
passed?
that was halved. Yep. The original damage for the Fable was 39, and the original damage for the Mockery was 65. So you took
Okay.
half of those and 11 on top.
What's
And
my health sitting at for you then? Because I'm at
It's-
45.
it's 29 for mine. And then the Goliathkin is going to take another attack against you this time. They hold it with two hands. They go, "Ugh, you invade!" Ugh. And he shrinks forward. Oh, whoops. That was an accident. It wasn't supposed to be that. It was supposed to be an attack. 19 hits as he is. I'll just give you the 5 as you take 5 points of damage from the second spear. We're about to go in the next round of combat. Before we do, team camp. What are you guys doing as you all wake up and realize that your teammates have gone and fucked with those that Hazel found?
How close can we sneak up on them? That we make a surprise attack.
I mean, can we join
Hazel,
initiative? Are we joining initiative or what?
Yeah.
not quite yet. You're not in the range. If you guys wish to run that way, you can declare so. Hazel would probably be. Hazel has range, so she can shoot from a distance in the direction in which they are. Pills, if you have range, you could do the same. Wrath, it would have to be a range attack to be a surprise. They are very well aware of their surroundings. They highly doubt that these two were wandering on their own. Orson walked up on a supreme assassin. Like this was a bad sign from the start, and he just took a chance.
Um,
These guys haven't come back for a while. These guys probably are giving them a lot of trouble. So I cast
yeah, we should go over there. But
Armor of
gotta get-
Agathis on myself, just to prepare for battle.
You got it.
I will cast magic weapon on my body.
You got it.
Miss Ellie, can you help me across the river?
She just like.
Oh, I
looks
don't
and
think
like,
they're actually across the river.
Not necessarily, but for in this case, I'll just move you guys. Yeah. They're technically off the other side. I just made a little battle scene because I didn't expect them to fight them, and so I was like, "Well, this is
And
happening."
then,
so,
Oh, okay. All right.
and
so just
then before
imagine
we before we go into battle, I quickly gather. I just say, "Hey, let's gather up really quick," and then I just want to just prepare us for this battle, and I'll cast Bless on Hazel, Pills, and Martin. Nope, Miss Ellie.
You got it, Miss Sally. Okay.
And I will I'll cast haste on myself.
Oh, good.
you have all the
So
spells.
with that, for the first time ever, Pills is ahead of the entire pack. He's like, he's going. I mean, I don't know. Are you running ahead of them, or are you just casting haste? I don't know. I imagine you're like gone at that point. You're like a
Yeah,
speedy stealth from
I'm gonna
never
sprint
ending.
out there.
You got it. Okay. So
Well,
you
not sprint. I'm not gonna use. Well, I use my action for haste, so I'm gonna run as far as I can.
Got it. But you have 2 actions, so you can definitely.
Oh, that's true. I won't dash though. I'll just run.
Got it. You got it. We'll just use this bridge as a break point. So Pills is here. He has some understanding of the conflict ahead. You guys are just behind him at this bridge aspect. Now, mind you, this map is not 100% canon, but for the sense of distance, once you guys cross this bridge, you'll be able to see the conflict. Right now, Pills is ahead of you guys because of his haste, and Charles is obviously just kind of floating above nearby. With that, Pills gets to get thrown into initiative first. So go ahead and roll your initiative, Pills, and let's see where you land. Beautiful. So we're going to do another round, and then the rest of you guys fall in. Azad, shit hurts.
Okay.
These guys are tough. Orston wasn't kidding. What do you do?
Cast Second Wind since it's a bonus action.
Okay. How many does it give you?
1d10 plus 7. Let's get my 1d10 out. 5.
So 15.
5.
Oh, sorry, 12. 12, yeah.
Yeah, 12.
Got it.
It didn't add it on there.
I got you. You're at 36.
Okay, heal 12. My app wants to put it in there. There we go. Okay, then I will. I guess, am I being grappled or was I just?
Nope, you're just being attacked. 2
Okay.
lances, or 2 spears, and verbal words.
Okay. I'm gonna keep attacking this small guy.
Okay.
Do my great axe for 1. That's a 19 plus
That hits.
8, 27.
It's like,
That's a critical because I
you
have
see him. That's
slasher.
Yep. You see him just kind of very smooth and suave, just dodging, and he takes the hits, but he's very elegant about it. Orston, this man is an artist.
Okay. So 13, 30.
You hit him, and it's like a critical. He's like, "Ugh, that is decent, but is it enough to let you stand before me?" He still mocks
And
you.
I'll also reduce his speed by 10 feet
Okay.
because that's a slasher thing.
Okay.
I then will just be an ass, kind of lash out to him and bite him with my septic bite.
Okay, is that a bonus action?
One.
Or do
It's
you
an
have
attack.
multi-attack? Okay, that's fine.
I have 2 attacks.
You got it.
1d6 plus strength modifier.
Wait to hit first.
Oh yeah. 16 to hit.
16 misses. You go for a bite, and he backs up, and he's like, "Ha!"
All right. That will be the end of my turn.
Got it. With that, Orsten.
Okay, first of all, I want to yell at Pills and say, kill the one with the hood first.
He hears that. He looks ahead past the knoll and past his ally and sees tiny little Pills. Pills is now on his radar. Good job.
Dang. I shouldn't have done that, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm just gonna go for a normal attack, I guess.
You pull out your dagger again and you attempt to hit him. You would have advantage on the blow.
Oh, I have advantage on the attack?
Yeah, he's on.
Okay.
Your ally's on the other side.
I'll roll one more.
You miss with both. It's
Oh
like,
my
for
god.
you, Orsted, it's like in the moment where you got like the shivers. You're like, oh my god, I finally found someone that can bring me to what it is I'm trying to do, and you're like panicking. You're like just faltering on your own. Anything else you
Man.
wish to do? Do you wish to warn anything other than say Pills? Take that one first.
Yeah, I mean, sure, why not? He already knows. So I'm gonna say, he harms you with his words.
He's going to do a recharge and pray he doesn't get it. He doesn't get it. It's like, ugh, if only I could have just saved my moment to share it with everyone. I would have been able to tell you all about my magnificent times while out there in the fields of action. He looks to you, Orsted. You know, I thought I would have taken you alone, but seeing that you have friends, perhaps we should just go. Give me a wisdom saving throw. That's the supreme markers. Oof, your guys' gnats and stuff are killing it on the saves, but the damage is still true. You take
Both
half.
of us or just him?
Just him. Oh,
Okay.
Oh, I'm dead.
you knock out. You go unconscious. Pills, you don't see him fall, but you hear Orson speak. You hear this guy speak to him, and you just hear a laughter. Now, doggy, do you think you have a chance? Pulls out his dagger. Or shall we just see where it is that we shall shave? And he will go to shank you at advantage with the dagger. That is going to be a 26 to hit. Take 9 points of damage as you just get stabbed in the gut. And then Pills. You realize things are looking rough as two people are ganging up on your new friend Azad, and you cannot see Orson after hearing his voice.
I'm actually going to move back this way just to get a better line
You got it.
At the hooded figure as directed. And I will launch one temporal blast at him.
You got it. You hit Azad.
Oh,
That one.
this battle is painful.
You do 18 points to Azad. Azad, you just feel this damage of fire just hit you in the back. It cinders some of your hairs a bit, and then you hear a laughter from Errant. It seems as if I am not the only one. Anything else,
There's
Bruce?
like a tree in the way.
18 damage?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. I thought it was 8.
Not 18.
God damn.
You want to hit him again, Pills?
Yeah, I'm actually going to shoot again, yeah.
You fire. This one hits him. It hits Errant in the chest. Maybe they are, after all, just questioning who is who. As he takes 20 points to the chest after Azad takes 18 himself. 2 fire blasts come over then and surprise them.
That's probably. Whoa.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh, the table went down.
Oh.
Yeah.
You're good.
Yeah, that's all.
The fallow in which is eating their friend goes, Errant. You guys all hear the name for the first time. Errant. We are not meant to do this. We must go. Ah, you're no fun. I suppose we can just disperse. And he is going to attack at advantage against Assad. Doing an 18, hitting. 4, 6. You see Assad looking really rough. And let me see something. The giant's mad because Azad hasn't fallen yet. He goes, I will take care of him and we leave. He activates Giant Strike. And he's going to attack you again. That hits on a just short of a crit. Yeah, lucky on that one. That's going to be 14 points of damage, knocking you unconscious. Azad falls. You see this large individual pick up the hooded figure and goes, do it now. And you hear Quill go, I was waiting. And they cast Teleport.
Oh man.
No, I don't.
Do it. Do it.
They vanish.
Do it.
Wouldn't work. Wouldn't work.
Oh,
Oh.
Team catching up.
Level spell.
Hazel and Wrath. You guys catch up to Pills with Martin and Miss Ellie. Pills, you watch the two fall and the enemies disappear without looting your friends or doing anything else. They knew company was coming and they took the high road. What do you tell your allies as combat is no longer a thing, but you have 2 downed allies up ahead?
2 idiots need help, and the enemies have gone.
Yep. I'm on it, and I run up to the first person I see, which is Izad, and
Mhm.
I'll use healing hands. I'll give him 5 for now. This is just the beginning of the day.
Azad, you wake up. You see your allies hovering over you. You do 5 for Orston also.
Yeah.
You got it. Orston, you also wake up and you thought you were dead. You realize that you're with your allies. Orston immediately pats his body, looking if he was robbed again. Nothing seems to be stolen this time.
We almost had that tatted fuck. Ugh,
You attacked them. Why?
we're so close. Because there's two just. They were too close. And they
You
were
could have
talking
waited
shit. I
until
don't like
the morning
people
and you would have
talking
all
shit.
come.
one of them
Well, I
stole
figured it'd
something
been
from me.
easier for us to sneak up on them and get the advantage.
I'm
We
Yep,
really
almost
you guys
killed
did
sneaky.
one
some
of them.
serious damage. Yeah, I didn't see that
I'm
coming.
super sneaky.
If my attacks would have hit, I think maybe he would have taken pretty close to death.
But they didn't.
To be fair, if you didn't save, you would have insta-died.
Yeah, to be fair, if you guys did not save, everyone would have been on the floor before they arrived. And then I would have robbed
If
you
my
guys.
if my
they
bite
didn't show
landed,
up, you guys would have been
he
totally
would
robbed.
have definitely been low too, because my bite does poison damage.
Yeah, there was a lot of potentials in there, but at the end of the day, Pills finds you guys unconscious in the camp now abandoned, with nothing left behind. You guys long rested to almost death.
All right. Good job, guys. You guys are still alive. We didn't lose anybody. You guys took a big risk over here. I'm kind of liking this new party of ours.
I got a
I
little
jump down
mad.
holes. You guys fight to the death. Pill steals. Hazel shoots arrows at people.
One of them had a tattoo that is from a clan or group that stole from me. I want that item back. I may have gotten a little hasty.
Are
What
you?
does this tattoo look like?
Oh my
It has
God.
a mark that has like a massive L for like losers. They go like this, and it would be an L toward their enemy. And it has a like an S that curves around it, almost like a swirl. I'll drop an image. I'll draw one out. But it's an L. It's an LS, and it stands for Lathers. But when they defeat their enemies, they do it like it's losers, and then they leave. So basically, Orsten got losered, and he knows what that means. That sucks because this guy is gonna tell everyone that he ran into Orsten, the dude they robbed from, and he beat him. Like Orsten is not in a good spot right now. He's taking us up in the
man.
ass for sure.
Wait.
Life ruined.
It's a tattoo like an L. Is like they do what? What do they do with this? Orson? Is this right?
Sure, yeah.
Like,
Beth
oh
never lets it
god,
go.
the 90s. Anyways,
The 90s. Jeez.
anyways,
The kids still do that, or have they evolved?
I haven't seen that in a
I
cool
don't
minute, to be honest. I
think they
have
do it.
not. No.
But maybe it'll come back around too, just like their
Yeah.
clothes.
Yeah, just like bell bottoms.
Yep,
Yep.
exactly.
Crop tops.
Guys, we'll hold it there with a failure of combat and an ass kicking. That felt nice on my end, don't get me wrong. You guys look like you had him. I was like, ooh, you guys could beat this dude? He was a CR11. I mean, to be fair, every time this man shows up, he fucks people up. He is an ultimate assassin, and Orsten knows this. So yeah, that was a total questionable approach, but you almost had it. But Orsten faltered on not hitting that long, so that was pretty rough.
Oh, that was awful.
So 5 of you guys outside of 2 core allies are fully rested. Orsten and Azad are very beat to shit and feel very unhealthy. Azad, give me a wisdom save. Let's see if you find that this as a personal loss, considering that it's technically a domain that you are representing and you just got your ass kicked. I mean, you put up a good fight, but
18.
no one witnessed it. You feel proud of yourself. You expected more from your ally going in with you, but you saw that he got caught up. You noticed that it
Oof.
wasn't his lack of abilities. It was more like what he was facing was something he did not anticipate to run into. So he froze, or he shivered, or he shook too much. You look at the rest of them, and you realize this was a tough experience. They got away. The camp is here, but there's nothing left behind. And you guys now have a new day of 2 weak allies going into a long-rested, fresh day of new nuances that we will see where you end up next week. Good job, guys. That was a
Good
beautiful long
job,
rest.
Orsten.
I like them combat rests when like half the party is unable to help, and then I just get to help the other group and just really just show them a good time. It always happens. I give them a little bait, you know. Pills make someone disappear. You guys get your ass kicked. It was a good session. I think it was good. You know?
Oh man.
A lot of losing. I like
My
it.
impression was great.
To be fair, every time Azad joins a group, he gets KO'd in the first session.
Yeah, dude.
I've taken him out almost every single time he walks into a group. Well, guys,
Not comparing them, though.
we'll hold it there. Everyone's alive. No one died. It was rough. There's a lot of questions to be asked, but we'll see where you guys end up next on your way home to Clasp, and if anyone else gets into your way or prevents you from enjoying your presence or time. Is there any lingering questions from where you guys were to where you are now that need to be cleared up before we end?
How far south or east or west did we move on the
Let me
map?
pull you guys up
Just
on the main map to show you your progress. I'd say you guys are about near.
All right.
Oh, we made it far.
Yeah.
So, you know, if you
Looks
woke
like
up, didn't
another
fight them, you could have got somewhere new, but you wanted to bug the next camp over. Also,
No deep
no one knows that Pills has the item, just so that we're clear. Not even Hazel, because I don't think he mentioned to her at all. So the manacles are back in possession of you guys. They act the exact same. They absorbed his mage hand. So it's sustated at this time. It's not trying to consume anything or anyone. But anytime you guys introduce something to the lock, it will try to latch onto the originator of whatever it consumed. That's the way it works. Pills, I'd say that you figured that out at least this much throughout the unfortunate handling of such device. It's in your possession. It's not latched to you. It's safe, but you know that if you want to hold someone prison to it, you just introduce some DNA and, or some unique aspect of them, and bloop, bloop, it'll connect if they don't resist it, of course. Otherwise, I'll add those items. I'll add that item in your inventory also. So next session you'll have it.
Yeah, I forgot
But,
about the staff too.
Oh no, I'll go through those. But otherwise, is there anything you guys have left for me? I don't know if you guys read all my meeting minutes because I do post often, but for the month of July, I had asked if it was okay if some of you guys during your sessions were okay with reverting it to some modules from the new Wizard of the Coast book that's coming out, Infinite Staircase, and a couple other things that I might be receiving, because I'm going to be at Comic-Con hosting D&D, basically, with a bunch of group of other DMs under the banner. We'll be giving these things. I think we'll have one more session of core with you guys because I won't get the books until the 7th. So after that, each of the sessions might be a little module. And it might be your guys' sessions, and I just squeeze the stuff in for flavor and just learn it myself because I have to be prepared to do in-person D&D, which I've only done once, which ironically was with Eric, actually. It was my first time this year. So now I got to do it for my second, third, fourth, fifth time, in front of, a bunch of people. So we'll see how that goes. But otherwise, if you guys are okay with that, I'll re-ask you guys and put in there just so we can have a full vote, so I know what we're all okay with moving forward in the next sessions. And then afterwards, it'll all be normal, continuing as we go. It's just for me to prep and prepare for what I got going. Otherwise, I think you guys did great. You almost killed a very, very powerful foe. That would have been epic. That would have changed a ton of history had he died. But alas, he has evaded death yet again. So
Damn.
that man is out there. You were close, but no cigar. You both fell. You were saved by your friends because they woke up. I can't tell you how many times people didn't wake up in a long rest and someone died. So all three of them woke up. That's pretty good. I'll give it to them. That's it for me, guys. Hope you guys have a great night, and we will see each other next week.
All right.
Cool.
See you
Like
next
a
week.
Comic-Con.
Later.
Thank you. You guys have a good one.
Later.
Bye.